Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tritons of Aether's Seafloor Exploration tournament for the TGEX Expo. I'm Caillou, joined on the mic by Pride, and we're going to be commentating this winner's quarters match between ZB and Codecracker. Yeah, let's get right into it.
What's up, everyone? Forms a lot, looking for a mix-up to approach. Oh, Blair in chat says there's no audio after switching to the game. Okay, cool.
Okay,
All right,
so
they can
ZB
hear
on
us
stage
now.
right now. Yeah, I think it's definitely one of the annoying things about trying to challenge Crag on that close pillar, is that if you mistime your option, you just get reversaled and then Crag can get back on for free. But Code just like going coast to coast right now, trying to keep Zeeb off the edge right here.
So much damage from that rock. Oh, nice tech roll. Gets out of that, gets his own punish.
Yeah, mostly, and like, despite Code being down like a decent amount, I think the conversions that we're seeing are like enough that I think Code could definitely like bring this back or keep it relatively even. That's kind of always the problem with Crag is you have these nasty mix-ups and early kill options, but then you can really just get comboed to death sometimes. Not like Edalis bad, but definitely still painful.
Good punish by Code. Calling Zabi on going all the way with the no mix-up on the side B. Catching the unlag there. Still got him in a bad position. Code's almost completely made up the stock. This was over 100% to Zaro just a few seconds ago.
Yeah, and it's like, from the way that Code's DIing this, you would not know that Crag's the heavy. Finally dies there, but like not even from an actual hit, just fails to recover at 183. When you're playing against Crag, that's really the type of stocks that you want to be seeing.
Oh, unfortunate.
What a conversion off the side! Just goes for the triple, barely misses.
So much extra credit. Oh, that hit! Why did that hit?
I mean, okay, Rado has long legs. Do we also need to give him long arms? But then now, okay, Zeeb gonna be finishing out being like, actually, my Crag's the one that's got the feet. Taking game one with that fair. Yeah, I think it was like fairly back and forth, but then in the end, Zeeb just kind of like Code evened up the stocks and got it to last stock, and then like suddenly that stock just disappeared within 3 fairs.
Going to game 2 here. Code probably not going to pick anywhere with like a lot of top platforms that ZB can take to. Looks like we're going to forest floor. A lot of horizontal space to work with here. Hopefully he can get some needles set up.
Yeah, and like I think that these platforms are reasonably good for like Rana to just like waveland off of and control center stage. So
Oh, just like that. Oh, but DB immediately reversed the situation. Oh, Code! How are you gonna get back?
oh, did you see that wall jump bear was so good? And again, just like the waveland back on. Poe is just mixing up their timing so well off the ledge here and reverse the situation completely. Oh, that forward tilt hit? Excuse me? Okay, he doesn't get it the second time. This time Z flies to it.
Oh, nice waveland bear there to continue that string.
And the drag down up air into the up smash just to finish that off. Oh, but Z trying to go for an up smash of their own.
It's a little scary that the Code gave DB no space to pull that rock, but luckily he was able to
Immediately capitalize on it, yeah. Oh, yeah, and that's definitely the problem, because you were mentioning earlier, like, having the space to set up needles, is that, well, Crag also has potent zoning tools, so really it seems like Code success is coming when they're just smothering ZB here, just going nair into nair into nair into, well, okay, technically I can't combo here, but then now you're just in a brutal 50-50. Well, speaking of 50-50, just barely misses the parry timing there, but doesn't get too punished for it. Again, look at this movement. Like, Code, I think, is just really feeling themselves in the space that the stage provides.
Yeah, you can see a lot of confidence in Code's movement right now. Oh, ZB catching his landing though. Oh, nice recovery!
Just barely breaks the pillar into the full conversion on the platform? The tech roll? That was pace down.
Oh, eat him.
Oh, we're back to even, and like, even though like Code's felt on top throughout most of this match, I was just about to say that Zeeb is about even, right as there was that a quintuple fair off of Bubble. Lorano is a silly character.
I mean, both these characters very capable of doing those triple fair chains off the side.
You know what? That's entirely fair. Zeeb did just do that to Code last game, so. I mean, but that's Rivals for you. Everyone's broken. Let's like, so you just gotta suck it up and deal with it.
Alright, we're trying to rock wall here. I assume Code banned Aramata, which is generally going to be ZB's counter pick choice. But this stage has a pretty similar platform layout.
Being able to go to those top platforms, just like you see there, like being able to just like use the down B to control center stage, it's pretty potent. Especially if like mix up the timing, so that they can't just like parry for free. God, it looks like doesn't even have to parry. Just like, yeah, you know what? I'll just raw destroy your pillar and take your entire stock. Zeeb off the stage at 100%, but oh, great! I mean, okay, that up smash seems a little ambitious, but great use of Raw to get back on. But the coast to coast.
Good nair by Dakota to pick up the rock out. Oh, they land safely. Maybe with another punish.
Tries to get the up smash, but just barely misses the tech of the rock.
The bounce off the rock actually screw up the punish there.
Looks like it. ZB's just getting like 2-hit strings, but like Code cannot close out this stock. Now they're off stage at 127. Can they make it back here? Okay, they can. Oh, just
good at choosing his spots and you see he just like doesn't take like really big risks. He stays at like a safe distance where he can fairly reasonably react to Code that he has to. Stay safe until he can find a punish opportunity.
And I feel like Code is shook here. You've got to be once you're like, when you were 100% up, and then now you're 60% and a full stock down. It has to find a way to just kill here. Like, I feel like if you just play neutral and like play the keep away game, like Zeeb is just gonna like pull out some of their zoning tools, and it's like, okay. Oh, they tried to go for the Dacus all the way across stage.
Gotta be really careful here. Fighting Crag with Elite can be really scary because he just doesn't die. So many opportunities.
And the Dacus! But that's definitely those antsy Rano Dacuses when you're like, God, why can't my character kill Dan? Once again.
Really proactively going for like a lot of raw approaches here.
But Zeeb is just not giving. The thing is, like Code is going for a lot of options that cover ZB being on the ground, and ZB is just moving around the platforms and just being like, yeah, okay. Like, I'm just gonna, like, as soon as I see you moving a little bit, I'm just gonna retreat to top platform. And nothing that you can hit me with from up here is gonna be, like, reactable. It's always, like, I can always just see you coming. God, that was a 3-stock.
3-stock.
Blink and you miss it. Jeez. After, like, because that first, like, at the start of this game, like, again, Code had ZB dead to rights. And ZB just refused to die. 3 straight stocks.
I really hope we can see Code exhibit some more positional pressure this next game. Actually, wait, was that best of 3 or best of 5?
Best of 3, so.
Oh, winners quarters is best of 3. I see. All right, GG's.
Yeah, so ZB just takes that 2-1 and moves on to winners semis. Okay, so it looks like while we're going to be waiting for top 8 replays, we're going to go to Penguin versus Menace, another winners quarters match. because right now our winner semis matches, it looks like, are currently being played out.
Yeah, when your opponent is playing that passively and just trying to create lots of space, the only thing you really can do in neutral is try to push position there. Pressure, position, control center stage. Try to create unreactable mix-ups, because you go for a lot of raw approaches there, I feel like the risk reward is generally going to be in the favor of the more campy player. But if you know your opponent has to take to the corner, has to take these platforms, then that restricts their range of movement to some extent. So if you're able to sort of push them into these worse positions, then you can make better reads with better risk rewards, potentially.
And I think that just like Code was just like hoping that like ZB would do something different, or like just come down to the platform and just. I think that it can also be like scary to like just like full jump up to those platforms, but I feel like if there's any character that can do that in a reasonable manner, it would be Rano. I feel like at some point should have just tried to challenge ZB moving around between the top and bottom platforms there.
Yeah, it's certainly no easy task, of course. I mean, Code is an excellent player.
Yeah, no, like, I mean, like, I think any set where it goes like 2-1, like even if that last game was a 3-stock, like you could definitely see like put work in that second game. But speaking of putting work, we're going to be watching Penguin versus Menace. Both also very good players in their own right.
All right, let's see if Menace successfully times out Penguin anytime this set.
Lovely. My favorite type of win. It looks like Menace on the Shovel Knight. I'm not aware. Like, is this
Menace has been going mostly Shovel Knight the last few, I want to say like the last 2 months, and he plays an extremely campy Shovel Knight. Like, he will very intentionally play for timeout all the time.
Okay, interesting. Because I remember Menace used to be like a force burn, so I was like, what's going on here? Do you know why Menace made the change, or is it just kind of like a feeling out something new?
Menace plays a ton of characters. I think he prides himself on being a random main, as it were.
Yeah, like I remember there's like some Dan tweet where it was like, if I want to know something about the game, I'll just ask Menace, like something like that. Just like has so much game knowledge.
Yeah, Menace is definitely the encyclopedia of the Rivals community.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're getting into
We're gonna see. Even if Menace is the encyclopedia, will he get the reads? Okay. Immediately starts off by getting knocked off stage. And just throwing out just double jump bearing. Like, the way that Menace is just throwing out these aerials, like come jump into them, reminds me a lot of how in Ultimate they'll have like VoIP players who are just like throwing out aerials where it's like, and they're like sparring with ghosts or whatever. But I think here it also just kind of works out because it's a legitimately good bait. But Penguin is just not falling for it. Menace already down 80% more than Penguin right here. Managed to make it back safely though.
That check and then dash is through him. Kind of scary, but you gotta make that bait turn. I gotta imagine that Ups is one of the harder characters to play a real time up there.
Run off the stage up air. Yeah, Menace was definitely not expecting that one.
Oh, lands with the downer, but getting anything off of it? Oh, Menace breaking out.
I think that the thing is, like, Penguins is not playing like campy, but I think they're playing in a very like look at that, just like jump off stage, just cloud back on. It's like, it's very much like a, okay, yeah, you want to play the keep away game? I've got better tools for that, so let's see how that goes for you.
Yeah, I can't imagine the extremely passive approach probably working out against South. It's one of the best anti-passive tools in the game. Oh, am I good now? Cool.
Okay, but someone who's definitely not being quiet out here, it's going to be Penguin. Already almost 2 full stocks up. And again, it's just, I'm just going to cloud, then throw out a fair. Covers so much space, and what are you going to do about it? It's like
Cloud really deadly against that side B right now.
I think the main thing is like Menace is jumping so much, which is why why this Cloud is being like so effective. Because usually the idea is like, okay, you just move past it or you try to like parry it, because like they can mix up the timing a little bit, but you can definitely like try to predict and parry it. But like Menace is like jumping so. Oh no! Is that desync or is that just like a misinput? It looks like they're still playing, so it looks like that was just a misinput. Really? I mean, okay. What's a desync? Never mind. Okay. So for those of you not in the know, and sometimes essentially like just glitch the hell out. Hmm. Yes. So yeah, Penguin did win that first game. So we're gonna be going to game 2. Hopefully no.
Tempest?
Oh my god. Okay, Tempest Peak notorious for being, I think, most players' most disliked map, unless I'm wrong.
It's probably the most disliked map in the community. I mean, I feel like everything when it comes to Rivals is kind of controversial, but I would say it's probably the most disliked map in the community. Definitely a stage that enables campy strats for some characters. I actually think of Optum more than Shovel Knight when it comes to that.
Because again, like we just, oh wow, almost got the like down airs all the way off the side. But yeah, I think like it's allowing the same kind of strategy that Penguin was doing before, which is just like go off the stage, Cloud. But then here, if you get parried, you can just neatly land on that platform, and you're not put into a okay, now I have to wall jump and go into a recovery situation type deal.
Menace's whole neutral game feels really reliant on this side B, and just getting stuck by the Cloud almost every single time.
Menace is now just like playing grounded and then like throwing out smash attacks. What's going on?
I mean, if they're hitting
off stage, throws out the gear to cover. Now I think Menace is just like, yeah, okay, I just need to play a grounded game. Look at that, just up smash, run back, up smash. Oh, and yeah, Penguin can make it back, and like.
Wait, stock lead from Menace. This is huge. The camping begins.
Yeah, and like Menace is just like, oh, so I if I just don't jump, I can parry the Clouds. So it just throws out gear and up smashes.
Good adaptation.
And I'm like, I feel like as Opsa, you have to be able to do something about that. But it feels like right now Penguin is just like, oh, okay, does get the edge guard right there.
Forced to not eating much percent before getting to that guard. Shovel Knight definitely one of the most survivable characters in the game.
Especially once you throw some of the mobile armor into the mix.
Oh yeah, true.
Oh! Yeah, like no character feels very survivable if you get hit by some of those sweet spot aerials in a row. So far, both of these players have been very good at, like, again, these are like both top players. Their DI has been pretty impeccable to avoid just getting chained off the side like that. You can't avoid getting edge guarded. Good tech roll for Menace. Backstage control. Like, yeah, look at that. Menace is just doing the same thing. They're just mobile gear up smashing. Penguin's like, I feel like Penguin just. Penguin isn't running into most of them, but it's just kind of like Penguin's like, well, how do I approach this? I'm like, I wanted to just be throwing out clouds at you, but now you have a projectile. You hit me if I jump at you.
Penguin does feel like he's struggling to approach, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like Menace is putting on that much pressure in terms of the raw damage being dealt to actually take the shot.
I think it might just be that, like, and it's just like I feel like out of every conversion, Penguin is getting a lot more out of each of these conversions than Menace is. Because Menace is just like, okay, if you hit an up smash, like, okay, cool, you got some percent on them. Now what? Meanwhile, oh my god, never mind. That was just like a fully charged F smash in the middle of the stage, and it hit, and it killed.
Yo, using the gear to run away. Oh, what a thunderline!
I didn't even see the cloud was still up. What? Okay. And like, well, what was looking like a very bad situation for Penguin just turns it around. We're back to even.
In theory, I feel like Menace should have been able to parry that, but probably just was not prepared at all.
Yeah, definitely, like, in theory versus in practice. Like, well, like, it's like the thing where it's like, well, it's technically reactable, but gotta be ready for it. Back to neutral. Both these players so even, just a 2% difference here.
Playing so safe. They are scrapping though. They are trying to get into each other's space.
I think the main thing, like, and it's just throwing these mobile gears to just cover platform and forcing, like, kind of like forcing Penguin to just give up space and like go back to the side platform. But like Penguin is just kind of like, well, I also thrive on the side platform. This is where I kind of want to be, anyways. I'm not sure how much that stage control is actually doing for Menace. He gets a forward tilt into the forward air, does not get the sweet spot though. Does have Menace on the side for the first time in a while though.
Yo, we're gonna get this edge guard. Yo, good catch with the cloud. Oh!
And it's like, yeah.
Yo,
Oh, the sweet spot fair. And it was like, yeah, that last part of the game was like, ah, you don't have the ground to save you from my cloud now. Impeccable chase downs there with the clouds. Cool. So yeah, so next up we should have let's see.
What round is this?
Cheesy Potato versus Dakota. Okay. Okay.
Super muffled. I can try lowering my threshold. Let's see. How's that? Testing, testing. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, it looks like the levels work on my end. Cool. Just let me know if there's an issue again.
Did you have the replays? And this is Cheesy Potato versus Dakota. Okay. Well, I just don't see them in the folder. Did they DM them to you directly?
All right, so we got
okay,
silver.
Cool. So we're going to be getting into winners quarterfinals.
So yesterday Dakota played second at TGEX East with some of the craziest play I've ever seen from Miss Silvanos. Her punish game was looking really, really on point. She made a lot of insane comebacks. We'll see. Oh, but great first stock from Julie here.
That was just Crag things. We saw the fair train earlier from Zeeb. But like, Crag is theoretical kill percent. Oh, great tech on the bear! There is a wall there. There's a wall, there's a tech. Of course, classic Crag survivability, 175, 181.
Oh, good find with the down strong.
And good catch with the up tilt. Doesn't actually get too much off of it, but now, almost had Julie off stage right there.
Julie going for kind of a raw, trying to catch that landing, but good drift from Dakota.
Gets parried. Oh, but the parry right back. What happened? I guess just delayed it a little bit too long. Back to back. Look at that. Really, just parry, run in, attempt to parry again. That's how you know someone's feeling themselves defensively. They're like, okay, you're trying to press buttons at me a little bit too hard, buddy. But great tech chase there.
Oh my god, so much back here.
A third time's the charm.
Yeah,
We're back to almost even, but no. Okay, you're not. It's not even when you're off stage. Oh, just tried to go for the. Oh, barely misses it down strong.
You gotta be careful. Edge guarding Sylvan Flowers is still in play.
Look at that combo! Just brought it all the way back. Oh, but the down B just barely missing.
Joe gets over that, gets the punish.
That was a beautiful use of the down air's movement. Oh! Pushes off stage with the up strong. In the back air!
Bouncing.
What a comeback! From Dakota there. We were like playing from behind for a lot of that, and then just that last stock came alive. We did like 70% in a single string.
Yeah, especially after that first stock where Julie totally took control of the game. Really impressive comeback there.
I think it was like just kind of just like because like Julie just wasn't dying that first stock, but I think as soon as they got the kill there, they were able to start converting a little bit better. And then every time they had Julie off stage, it was like, okay, well, I have reasonably predictable angles, so I can cover that with my back air as soon as you commit to an option. So, if we'll see that going into game 2 as well. We're going back to Tempest Peak.
Why is Tempest so popular today? Oh, really?
Okay.
Is that a Crag thing or a TV thing?
Okay, so we have Darai on the back end telling us that apparently Tempest is Cheesy's favorite stage, which sure sign of a psychopath, but hey, it's working for them. They took that first stock with almost no damage, and they're getting plenty of extra credit. Oh no. And so it looks like that was actually like something controversial about the RCS Season 5 top 10. Menace, before putting it out, looks like mentioned that, hey, there's going to be something controversial on this list. And everyone was like, oh no, is there something with stats? Is Zaro not going to be top 1? But then no, it was just Easy Potatoes saying that Tempest was their favorite stage. So all was right in the world. Speaking of which,
I wonder if that's like a common Crag thing, to go to the stage with really specific. I'm not really aware of Crag particularly liking the stage, but I have, you know, when I've played against Crag before, it does seem like they can use that side platform to help their recovery a fair amount.
I think like, oh my god. And I feel like the height of those platforms is also reasonably nice for guides options, or like anti-air options, or anti-platform options, I suppose you could call them. Yeah, I think we were kind of silent for lots of that, but I think it's because there wasn't much to say. Like, the Dakota did have like a brief moment of like, okay, I'm comboing you, I got the stock, maybe I can bring this back, but I mean, like, any sort of comeback is possible in Rivals, but it's got to be a hell of a thing to come back from a full stock deficit on your first stock, and so Dakota just couldn't quite cross that finish line. We're going to a game 3 right here.
Dakota choosing Ethereal Gates, pretty common pick for Sylves, I think. That side platform, oh sorry, these platforms at their heights, they tend to be pretty good for Sylves. Her up tilt catches this class pretty well. I know Crags are pretty common with the stage too. Crags tend to be, I definitely heard Crags say before that they don't really think Crags have many bad stages.
I think it's also because of like having that wide area between the stage and the blast zone, I think affords a lot of recovery opportunities for Crag. So, but right now, definitely gonna need those recovery opportunities. And the tech again, but Dakota just not letting up. Oh, the roll invincibility just barely making it through the howl. Great use of the dash attack to go through the rock there, but just barely gets beat out by Police Fair. He's still off stage though. Back air trade. This time Julie does make it back on and techs right through the. Oh my god, almost died. By the time I feel like by the time I narrate like one sequence of events, like 10 other things have happened. I feel like Crag and Sylve are like, or at least Crag are like stereotypically slow characters compared to the rest of the cast, but these people make these characters sing, I feel like.
So Sylve is slow in some ways and fast in others. Sylve's ground movement is actually really, really fast in some ways. I believe he has the longest wave dash and the second fastest run speed.
Interesting. I always thought that Orkane did, or had the longest wave dash. It's good to know.
Yeah, but on the other hand, Sylve suffers in terms of their airspeed. I think their dash is not necessarily the best. Their run is good, but their dash is not necessarily the best. So Sylve's speed can depend a lot on to what extent they're able to stay at longer ranges, to what extent they're able to stay grounded. You can force Sylve into the air, they suddenly become a much slower character.
Speaking of forcing them into the air, Julie just getting the full carry off of that up tilt. Now is off stage themselves. And like what we were talking about with the bears, just uses the bear to stuff out the option, and then once Julie's in that hit lag, just run in and immediately forward smash. Dakota's up a full stock, and had Julie off stage there, but managed to reversal it. Oh, and great read with the oh my god, the up smash and the up air, and suddenly it's even. That's the crag, baby.
Or winner's top 8.
Whoever wins this gets to go on to face Penguin, who I believe are favorite to win the entire tournament.
Oh, so much pressure from Julie right now.
This is one of the first times they've had Dakota off stage, but Dakota gets in with the seed, and double fair, great DI, but just keeps chasing with the up air. No,
not gonna kill
Julie
yet.
has to side B, but as they get forced back, but Dakota doesn't capitalize.
Yo, the hell connecting, not getting parried? Oh, that's the set! That up air takes it.
You wouldn't expect it from looking at that up air, but oh my god, and that ends the set. Yeah, it looks like Dakota's going to go on to play Penguin in winner semis. Okay, whew. Don't have our
quarters.
We don't have our last winners quarters match, but it doesn't matter because it looks like we're going to be moving to our losers eighths, which is Soul Rifle versus Menace 13.
Is Soul going Forsman this tournament?
I actually don't know. Let me look at if they've registered a character anywhere earlier. It doesn't look like they've registered a character, but I know that they have been playing a lot of fours recently, and I know that they played fours in the last Tritons of Aether tournament they entered, which was actually our first special event, the Division Showcase Splashdown, and they won that from winners. I think they didn't drop a single game. This time they got sent to winners a little bit early, but they're making the run, so.
Yo, that's so Code knocked Soul into losers? Ooh.
Yeah, it looks like Codecracker, founder of the Rivals Recess server, currently, I think, unranked Toronto. Just take out Soul Rifle, who is what number on the top? 23rd on the current top 50. A hell of an upset, and definitely making a case for themselves the next top 50. Obviously, this tournament is not going to be counted. It's not an RCS tournament, but if they can keep up this performance in other RCS events, that would be. The Menace still on the Shovel Knight, and the Bears have returned. Let's see how and it looks like Soul Rifle is actually going to be on the Maple. Really wants that monitor. No secondaries this time.
Yeah, I know he's been playing a lot of fours, so I believe at Rival South he's mostly been playing Force Burn. He's played Maple at TGEX before, but the majority of the time he goes Force Burn. But he's gonna go Maple here. Oh, is it a character specific thing? I see.
I feel like Shovel Knight, the tool that Shovel Knight has to mitigate approaches, probably lose a lot harder to what Maple has. So, look at that. Soul Rifle just all over Menace. I think this is just kind of like the stereotypical Maple, where they're just like, I'm gonna press buttons at you, I'm gonna tether to you, you cannot escape. You should probably just put down your controller right now, because this is my game.
You know, I'm not gonna say why I think this is a not uncommon opinion, but I definitely have heard Maple say that Shovel Knight is one of Maple's worst matchups.
Really? Okay, that's interesting.
I know this is an opinion that Orgasm has, and he's someone who mains both characters. Heard other Maple say this as well. I don't necessarily know.
Yeah, okay, but like right now, Soul Rifle is making it look like one of Maple's best. Has like 50% is practically nothing. It has almost 2 stocks on Menace, but oh my god, gets the.
Like,
you know what? Never mind. I take it all back. You know what? 50% is actually kill percent. Gets the double dare, and we're back to even stocks, if not even percents at all. And Menace in a recovery situation manages to get back. Oh, and yeah, that tether up air is just going to take it. So back in the stock lead. I feel like we're seeing Menace play like a little bit more aggressively here, which is kind of interesting to me because I feel like I feel like you're putting yourself in a more vulnerable position by doing that versus Maple, who has like lots of these, like who's very fast in movement and has lots of good tools to exploit bad approaches. Why do you think that difference in playstyle might be?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I tend to agree with you, right? Because Maple's ground movement is among the best in the game. Her run speed is really, really strong, and despite the weight with there. It is possible
did you see that punish from Soul Rifle? Purposefully didn't do a smash attack there, just seed F tilted into the Lily to push Menace closer to the blast zone before down smashing them. Now that is spatial awareness. Players have a brain? More at 11? Okay, but yeah, right now Menace is just off stage, 128%. He's really gonna have to pull off a miracle to bring this back. Tries to get the bear into the up air, and it's just...
Okay.
Oh, F smash off the top? Okay. It's definitely not how you want to go versus Maple, but the Soul Rifle, after a pretty dominating first game, just gonna take it.
I do say I gotta agree. I'm surprised by the choice to go with such a rushdown heavy style. It's possible that he's trying to play hitbox to hitbox, where Shovel Knight's hitboxes probably win some of these trades out.
That's fair.
So it could be a call out on Soul Rifle trying to play a certain style, perhaps a more aggressive style himself rather than a more whiff punish heavy style. But so far, Soul Rifle with all the momentum.
Mm-hmm. Into game 2. Do not remember the name of Merchant Port's Rano variation, so I'm just going to call it Merchant Port. Swampy Estuary, that's the one. Never mind.
This game is a really nice stage game. Probably one of the prettiest in the world.
Sure. Okay, right now, Menace looks like okay. Has the lead, I think, for maybe the first time in the set. Okay, right as I say that, Soul Rifle make me eat my words. Really retakes the lead. Menace with the reversal. That bear leaving Menace in the air or like leaving Shovel Knight in that animation for so long definitely seems a little bit more exploitable for someone as fast as Maple, so that might be part of it.
Yo, keeping up with edge guard. Shovel Knight a really difficult character. Edge guard. Oh, and confirming to the fair spot. Nice job.
Like, I don't know that there's a proper way to DI that. I think if you DI it out, it's a little bit it's up whether or not you survive, and if you DI it in, they can just tether aerial you all day. But what? I don't even know what percent that was at. I thought Soul Rifle was far from dying, but eats that down strong, and we're back to even. And Menace actually taking the lead.
Oh, what a... That fourth round was weird as hell.
I think Menace is liking the platform layout of this stage a little bit more because they don't have to actually stay on the main ground of the stage. I think because like if Maple's just running at you, they have like lots of options which hit like low to the ground or hit like characters on the ground. Like you have like short hop nair, you have the dash attack, you have side B. Like not to say that Maple doesn't also have like good air tools, but like lots of those approach tools predicate on you being like low to the ground. Menace is just like moving around these top platforms. But speaking of moving around up, just gets set all the way to the top blast zone.
Yeah, Maple's movement's really, really good, but her hitboxes don't necessarily cover those angles that well, and Menace really likes to jump in neutral. So these platforms are just going to give him more mix-ups to land safely.
It's really just throwing at these strong.
Jeez. Oh, misses here.
I love that synchronous parry on the Lily in the gear. And look at it, just Menace just aerial, jumped platform, throw out something to cover me retreating to the side of the stage. Rinse, repeat. Down smash, still gonna kill again, and we're back to even. Close enough at least. This does have Seed and Lily set up dangerously on that platform for a full combo though, but now it's Menace who's getting the hits.
Yeah, Menace is getting so much pressure off his gear right now. Still not able to find an answer yet.
Is it just the full up smash charge in neutral? What are you doing? I mean, I guess the full F smash charge worked versus Penguin, so go for it.
Sometimes you just gotta let it rip.
I feel like they definitely have like I feel like sometimes you have that like hypnotic smash attack where it's like just run at you and then you're like, God damn it, I know I shouldn't get hit by this. But then you're just like, maybe I can hit them before it comes out. Maybe. And no. They let it rip before you can actually hit them. It's definitely not what happened there. Soul manages to weave around it and takes that game 2, goes up 2-0 here. So it's up to Menace to find an answer.
All that game overall. It looks like he's found answers to some of Soul Rifle's tools, and if he can keep up the pressure with gear here, this next game on Tempest could look really good.
And it's going back to Tempest maybe is now like, okay, figured it out. Time for full Zen mode, campy style. And it's like up airing to get that height, just back air landing. Looking a lot closer to what we saw versus Penguin. There's those back airs for like the air-to-air coverage. Soul Rifle went all the way off there. I'm gonna punish for it though.
Yeah, I would imagine the platform layout on the stage is really good for Shovel Knight up B, because you have so much drift potential once you're high up in the air. With that means that you can make it pretty ambiguous where you're gonna land between probably 3 different platforms here. Actually,
I'm surprised Menace fell out of that up air.
Oh, good.
But doesn't matter. Just gets the Lily into the up strong. Like Soul Rifle's play is just like it feels so dominating. Is the thing. It's like it doesn't matter if I make a mistake because I just have so many more opportunities to capitalize than you do. I'm so fast that like even if I like whiff a move in neutral, like sure you have like you have half a second to come and get me before I'm running away or throwing out another move or any one of countless options that you have to read and figure out what I'm doing beforehand. Good drift by Menace there, getting barely on the platform avoiding the parry. Managed to get back on stage now, and ooh, the turn that was the fastest turn on up smash I've ever seen. What in God's name? Okay. Evens up the stocks here. Okay.
Working with here, but sometimes dropping from the actual punishes. Like sometimes you see them perfectly outspacing Soul Rifle, but
and now Soul Rifle is actually like I think like oh I don't know what happened there. What was that another misinput? Probably not a desync, but it looks like that was just a misinput. Now, one thing that I was going to mention is that Soul Rifle's managing to set up Lily on this side platform so consistently, and that limits Menace's movement so much because they can't just like drift across the top platforms anymore without risk of getting hit by Lily. So it's like they either have to go very high or they have to stay low. Oh, and that was the craziest juke I've ever seen. It doesn't
so
even
weird.
matter. Soul Rifle with the 3-0.
Platforms into a wall jump. Alright, that was crazy, but Soul Rifle, great stuff. That's a 3-0.
I think the problem is like Maple's just so fat that it's like, oh, you're gonna use your slow upbeat twice? I mean, don't mind if I do. I'll just land with my very low lag aerial and then just still come chasing after you. I think that's kind of the problem with Shovel Knight when you like get off stage is that like unless they do something very committal, like unless the Maple does something relatively committal, you have to be tricky with your drift to actually like get out of those edgeguard situations. Like, Soul Rifle chased across the entire stage.
What's our next Losers Top 8 set?
Let's check it out.
Oh, so Bagel beats Zaro in winners. Oh shit! Wow.
Yeah, that was the one winners quarters match that we didn't stream.
That.
Wow. I never kind of regret that, but okay, let's. We're gonna quickly pause while we grab the replays for the other losers round 6 match or round 5 match. So, right back, guys. 1 second.
We're gonna have Crag versus Orcane. Not just any Orcane, but the #1 ranked player in the country. I don't want the Europeans getting mad at me, man.
Oh yeah.
I look. I'm just trying to keep the peace, okay?
Durai, just quickly, are we muted on stream? Okay,
Look,
can we
wanna
like
shit talk
go?
your-
Can
All right, we're back.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and we're back with this losers round 6 match. Be Zaro versus Itzacat. Kind of a surprise to see, again, like we were mentioning before, see Zaro, Eldrian losers when they were ranked #1 on this season's top 50. So it's gonna be interesting to see if they can make the run back all the way through losers. Revenge on Bagel potentially.
And Itzacat making it super far. His is top 8 at a really stacked tournament. Do we have any information about his recent results?
And like I don't know, I haven't seen like Cat's name recently, but I know that they were like a top 50 player back in the day. I remember like I know for sure in season 2 they got top 50. They've been like a pretty consistently high level player. Maybe they just haven't made it out to lots of these online events. So getting into it.
Jumping into it on 4th floor, entering the stage. Oh, and already with the pillar.
Oh, wow. Yeah, like the cat going for it all, but I mean like if you're Orcane, you recover from those and gets the triple bear. Now it's a cat who's in a recovery situation. Great parry, and yeah, that forward strong not gonna kill. Like, look at this patience coming out from Zaro. Just waited for Itzacat to throw out a hasty option. Gets the parry and gets the full stock for it. Huh. Itzacat with the forward strong of their own. But look at this, Zaro's just calling out these landing aerials so hard.
Yo.
Also, it's like, I feel like that's a very like old school or like player thing to do, where it's just like you just try to pillar them. I'm just gonna pillar you and try to like kill you off the top. I think yeah, it's both like I feel like the first thing every new Krag player does, but also like legitimately a mix-up that like some of the more old school players do.
I mean, older versions of the game, that was actually a tool that you could get reliable content off of. Not really anymore, but I guess sometimes you still get the mix-up. I'm up with them. What?
Oh my god, and just at this point just going for style. Gets the reverse nair into the up B. Good DI from Itzacat, but it's not gonna matter. They're down 2 full stocks. Oh, and the oh my god. The slide across the entire stage down strong. Okay, Zaro took that first game so convincingly. That looked like a goddamn like casual like I just went on to friendlies online match. Like damn. Like again, like Itzacat is definitely a good player because they made it all the way to top 8, but it goes to show the gap between being a good player and being top 1. So
Game's got levels, yeah. Zaro making that look really easy, but we'll see what kind of adaptation Cat can make game 2 here on Frozen Fortress. Dry, is my mic fixed? Cool. I think it was a threshold issue then.
let's run it.
All right. This stage has really nice class for Krag. And I imagine that Zaro's is gonna have to commit harder to catch Krag on some of these platforms.
But Zaro's patience is actually terrifying. makes like I feel like the way Zaro plays makes you feel stupid for pressing a button. You know what I mean? Where it's like, and it's not even like a wrong choice. It's just like Zaro just sometimes just has the like read on your offensive options or like your panic defensive landing. Oh, and what a trade there! Yeah, frame 7 down smash by the way.
Yeah, and it's not even that, you know, Zaro's playing campy or anything like that. Zaro's actually getting really up in Cat's face, but he's just choosing really good positions and finding spots where
The bubble butt
plays the hitbox.
And I think like lots of it is just like, okay, I'm going to hit my opponent away, and then if they're too far for me to actually like legitimately tech chase them, I'll just wait. They have to choose an option out of disadvantage anyways, and I have all the space control here. So speaking of control, Cat actually bringing this one back after it was looking like pretty convincingly Zaro stock. Like Zaro actually just stood in center stage and just down smashed. But speaking of down smash, it's gonna be It's a Cat's down smash that takes that first stock.
Yeah, that was kind of
Don't think Zaro was expecting this.
Cat just went down the call of the startup frame. He's got that upstart from Zaro. About to kill anyway, but we're even stocks again.
Actually, this time, I think first time It's a Cat has managed to get like some sort of punish off that pillar. This time, Zaro doesn't press the aerial fast enough.
Oh, we're in control. He's got a rock pull.
Oh, and just commits to that forward strong a little bit too early. Are just sailing over it. B.
I definitely thought he was gonna try platform check him up there.
Like I had the exact same vibe. I wonder if it was maybe a misinput, the up B. If so, Zaro's gonna heavy cap. Oh my god, almost gets their reverse nair into the up B again. But It's a Cat getting the down strong. Just gonna take that stock.
These pillars from Cat kind of scary for him. I mean, we saw Zaro.
Oh, just barely misses. That's oh. I feel like that's one of those situations where like, if it was any character but Crag, you would have used down strong there and definitely killed. But it's like, yeah, see, like down strong doesn't kill there, so you have to commit to the up strong, but then just slid a little bit too far. Okay, down strong is gonna kill at 150 though.
Guard is waiting this out. Not. Oh, okay, with the up strong off the top on the pillar. That's the game. Good stuff, the Cat.
After that first game looked like a wash, but I don't know if Zaro underestimated Cat, or I think it was more that just like Cat, like I think that Zaro was a little bit confident in that second game. Like, again, like I mentioned this earlier, but like there was definitely a point where they just ran to center stage and just hard charged down strong. I think that's definitely something you do like when you're like, okay, I've got this one in the bag. But Cat just
really feeling yourself, yeah.
Cat just like solidly made that comeback. We're going to a game 3. Merchant port.
Oh, Cat immediately taking to the platform. Zaro just staying grounded, waiting for the landing, immediately getting a big punish.
Full 65%. Don't let anyone tell you Orcane doesn't have combos. Or like I heard someone have the take that like Orcane doesn't have a punish game, and I'm like,
What's that?
some Twitter head forehead. But yeah, like
That is the worst.
yeah, that's where I saw it. I saw it from Durai's tweet, which is like one of the most controversial takes. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, Zaro in fact acknowledged that exact tweet and was super confused about it, and like it's not hard to see why, because look at Zaro's punish game here.
Was this an Orcane main who said this? I'm so confused. I feel like
yeah, like I mean, look at this punish. Like I think that like Zaro's just using like Orcane. Like I feel like compared to some other characters, it's easy to forget that Orcane has like such like in the bump, like slippery movement. Like with that fair and just like the naturally good like wave dash and like the length of that down tilt. It's really hard to just escape an Orcane pressing buttons at you, but Cat finally manages to take that first stock.
Yeah, that's falling up here to catch the landing.
Down strong barely not killing, but oh yeah, he's gonna catch. I think like Zaro has like kind of conditioned Cat to like not press buttons in landing, so was able to just kind of like run up and up air without fear that like Cat was gonna challenge it basically.
Zaro just putting on so much
And
pressure
look
right
at
now.
that. I love to just run to the side of the stage and be like, well, okay, yeah, your move. Okay, and great use of the down tilt to send those rock shards up, and gets the tech read into the up strong. And oh god, that game was looking like a return to game one, a return to form for Zaro. Not sure what Cat could have done better there. Like, what are your thoughts on that, Pride?
I mean, that was just an insane amount of pressure coming from Zaro there. We saw at one point, Cat did try to make more space for himself after getting pressured so hard, try to catch his breath a bit. But the problem is when you go up against a top player like this, when a top player applies this kind of pressure to you, they know that you're going to be extra predictable when you do first start going for those safer options. And we saw Zaro call him out. We saw Zaro just overshoot there, call out exactly where Cat wanted to be, and just proceed to take the game for it. We're seeing a lot of B button oriented play from Cat here. It is possible that we just need to see, maybe some more passive play, some more movement mix-up oriented play to try to get Zaro to commit first. Because I feel like overall, we're seeing Cat commit first and Zaro get the whiff punishes. And, sometimes you do have to be the one that attacks first. But if this is the dynamic of the entire set, then something needs to change, right?
Okay. We're going to be getting into this game 4. Is this going to be the last game of the set? And maybe the last game of It's a Cat's tournament run? Or will they manage to bring it to a game 5 against the #1 player in the world currently? Or at least NA currently. Let's see. Going to Air Armada. You mentioned this earlier as a stage that I think Crags like, and it's not hard to see why with those. Yeah, like as we see there, those platforms are juicy for retreating, pulling rock, just down being off of. All the stuff that Crag likes to do to keep space between them and their opponent.
Yeah, especially a more deep and oriented Crag style like this. We're not really seeing a lot of boxing oriented play from Cat. We're seeing more special oriented play. These top platforms are made that really well.
Great use of like the jab 1-2 into the tech read.
Oh no!
Oh my god, but just falls all the way down with that rock. That's tragic. I wonder if they didn't realize they had the rock in hand or something, because I feel like that was way too far to fall without trying to throw the rock out first. I think It's a Cat like making the same kind of lead that they had in game 2. Bro, Zaro evening it all the way back up. Look at that. Like, Crag just has such a hard time with, like, you can just, like, yeah, you can just nair, down tilt, back air.
Yeah, but once again,
just press buttons at Crag all day long.
We're seeing this pattern over and over again. Zaro is always the one to come in second. Like, right there, Crag went to the top platform. I was actually kind of expecting Zaro to call him out there, but so Zaro just hung out downstairs, waiting for Cat to fall down and catches him with the down tilt. Gets the whole stock for it. Every landing is a commitment. Every jump is a commitment.
Like, I think, like the description of the game, Orcane is like a zoner, and I think that, like, in a weird way, like, Zaro's play both. Oh, okay, God.
Jesus Christ. That's a 3-1
shows that and also kind of rejects that, because, like, Zaro's play, like, puts on so much pressure, and you're like, that's a zoner? But also just, like, lots of that pressure comes from the huge range that Orcane can threaten, right? With, like, bubbles, with the range of bubble butt and bear and down tilt. So
yeah, Orcane just has Orcane strikes me as the character that can, wear a lot of different hats, right? Because he has this crazy range. He has these crazy, I guess you can call bubbles a projectile. He has these crazy projectiles, but his frame data is also phenomenal. And that's a huge part of his gameplay.
But yeah, let's see.
Great stuff to Cat, taking top 8 at this very stacked tournament.
Orcane can wear many hats, but we'll see if Zaro can wear the crown by the end of this tournament. And speaking of which, if you want to win a Genesis skin, which is a character skin for either Sylvanos, Forsburn, or Clarin, type !! Tritons in chat, and we'll be drawing a winner after the next set.
Wow,
Now
I
though,
want to win a champions game.
it's just okay. Actually, never mind. It's not exclamation mark. It's just Tritons. So yeah, type Tritons in chat, and then you'll be entered into a drawing for one of
Was
those
something-
Genesis skins.
Was something supposed to happen after I typed that?
I believe that once you type Tritons, you're just automatically entered into the giveaway.
Cool.
In the meantime, we're going to be running, I believe, our first winner semi set, which is going to be Penguin versus Dakota. And yeah, we've seen both these players before.
This is a run back from yesterday. I believe these two played twice yesterday, actually. Let me check real quick. Dakota played out of her mind the entire bracket, but ultimately Penguin came out on top yesterday. We'll see how today goes. Dakota has won this in the past. Yes, they played twice yesterday. Penguin actually double eliminated Dakota.
Ending. I mean, history doesn't have to determine how these sets go, and that's what makes it interesting, I think. And I know top players, they definitely like go back, learn from what they did wrong in their previous sets. So let's see if we can see that kind of adjustment from Dakota here.
So yesterday, like they played a winner semis where Penguin took a 3-1, and then Grand Penguin took it with a raw trio after Dakota dominated her way through losers bracket, 3-0ing Goosey, 3-0ing MSP.
Yeah, and I think like what we're seeing at the start there from Dakota is kind of what you need to do versus Obsa. You can let them get that space set up because they just run away with it. So they just ran straight in with the fair, like immediately just putting pressure and controlling space. But Penguin just parried that one howl and has gotten all of this off of chasing Dakotas across the stage. Dakotas finally gets a hit, but doesn't manage to get the tech chase.
No, what a wasteland recovery off that platform. That was super cool. Penguin catching her with the up air though. Taking the stock.
And yeah, that forward tilt's so deadly because you DI it out, you get a sweet spot fared. You DI it in, you get sweet spot out fared. Kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation.
Alright, Penguin trying to play a little more passively, trying to get Dakota to come toward him.
Just like, hey, I mean, if you have the lead, why not? And it's not like Penguin is camping. They're just like oh, and that stock already disappeared. I feel like that's the thing sometimes with Obsa or like some of these.
Oh no! Getting hit by that, taking a bunch of damage for it. Oh, it's still going. After breaking out. Good pressure.
Need to get like
going.
Dakota needs to get the stock now.
All right.
Gets forward
Penguin in disadvantage for so long. Finally securing the kill there. Good stuff. On the board. Ooh,
great
careful.
waveland at the up tilt. That was incredibly scary. Sylvanas might be a heavy, but Obsa doesn't care about your weight when she up airs you. Penguin off stage.
Yo, offstage pressure here. Oh, catch with the up tilt.
I almost thought that Penguin would have time to get an aerial out there, but does manage to get one out here. Dakota barely recovering, but no, the forward tilt and the up air again. Penguin decisively taking that game one. And there were definitely like strong moments of like, okay, this is what Dakota needs to be trying to go for in the matchup. I think that as long as they focus on like keeping up pressure by like just like pressing buttons at Penguins, like Sylvanas' aerials are not great in terms of like their insane in terms of their frame data, but they do have like good reach, and I think that you can just kind of harass Obsa out of the usual position out of like, I'm just gonna hover in the air and throw clouds at you. So
yeah, they've got strong range and strong combo potential as long as you're choosing your spots. So, you know, there are certain positions from where Penguin will be able to whiff punish those, but if you're using those as anti-airs, it's going to be harder for Penguin to actually come in and get a punish, especially if you drift back afterward. We'll see how the second game goes. Dakota definitely known for having a very rushdown-oriented Sylvanas, and it did seem like Penguin's very bait and punish style last game was working quite well for him. We're going Aether high. I'm a little surprised by the stage pick. But I do know that Dakota tends to like these platform layouts a lot.
Yeah, I feel like Opsa gets a lot out of having access to that top platform. Just more so than Sylvanos would here. And also just the ability, like, just these triplat layouts, I think, help aerially oriented characters who don't want to stay on that grounded platform as much. Right now, both these players just kind of navigating around each other, I think, filling out their space, just... like, this is stupid, but I feel like it kind of reminds me of a ballet, how much they're just, like, circling around each other and, like, throwing out, like, feelers, or, like, okay, are you going to, like, come into this space now, or are you going to come into this space now? They're both really good at, like, having these low committal, I guess, space coverage options. And, whoa! Okay, speaking of space coverage, I think we saw the DI out from Dakota there, to try and avoid the up air, but gets bared instead. By the time I've already mentioned that, Dakota kills Penguin right back.
Oh, good question. Good question from Dakota. Oh, but Penguin breaking out.
Oh, I almost thought that like Penguin was going to get a great punish there from the whiffed down air, but good parry on the jab check.
Yeah, I
These
do
techs
believe...
from Penguin are real. I feel like Penguin is teching, like, they're very tricky. Like, I feel like able to tech out a lot of what Dakota's trying to get them with in terms of like punish game.
Oh, catches with the down air into the cloud. Okay, not up air, not quite connecting.
But raw back air will. Penguin takes the stock lead.
Ooh, Dakota going for a dash attack there, getting baited and punished. Is this it? That's it. That's the
84. I mean, if Sylvanos can't survive an up air at 84, what chance do you think your character has? Yeah, whew. Going up 2-0 there, and it seemed like the times where Dakota had the advantage was when they were just weirdly enough, I feel like when they were able to throw out these low committal options, it just covers so much space that, like, because Penguins, I feel like the greatest asset is their movement and then their punch game once they get a hit, as they were converting like stray hits into full stocks right there, but if you're limiting their movement so they can't actually weave in and out to get those first hits, it seemed like that was when Penguin was having trouble in neutral.
It does seem like Dakota is opting to go for rock wall here. This is going to make it easier for her to secure kills. And you know, Ops is killing early enough anyway, so maybe not the biggest loss from that perspective. It does give both these characters more space to work with. I mean, both these characters can use space effectively in different ways. I don't really know who wins out, but when you have a lot of space to work with, you have more space to set up flowers, which makes it easier for you to recover down the line. On the other hand, these platforms are going to give Opsa more ways to land and also a lot of room to work with in terms of placing clouds. We'll see how this plays out.
So getting into game 3 here. Yeah, Penguin immediately jumping and setting up that cloud, and again, these tall platforms for a very nice place to just camp out and throw out clouds and just force your opponent to be like, make a bad approach here, which I can capitalize on.
Oh, wow, finds the up tilt into the Ken combo. Ooh. We're gonna get the edge guard.
All the way off. Uses those clouds just to get that little bit of vertical height, but the quadruple fair, fortunately, barely doesn't kill. DI from Penguin, but the coast to coast. Let's go right side of the stage now. Oh, Penguin bakes it back on stage, but immediately gets hit by the dash stack, and gets clipped by the little bit of the Thunder Rod right there.
Yo, Galaxy with the up air, that's big.
Just kept up that chase right there. Oh no, but up tilt into up air at like 90? At sub 100 even? Now the full combo there. Okay, barely misses the jab, but... Oh, and this is a complete reversal from Dakota. I could barely be surprised at Penguin's turn at advantage state.
It's still going.
These wavelines to just keep up pressure are kind of insane from Dakota right now. Oh, and the fair? Okay, that was... I feel like Penguin was not expecting that to hit. Because they weren't dying at like 100 in the blast zone, so that was definitely like a bit of suspicious DI there. And Dakota's just going to completely capitalize on it. It's like, you are not going to 3-0 me. We're going to make a set of it right now.
It does feel like Dakota's opting for a lot more movement mix-ups here. We're seeing just a little bit more dash dancing. That's enabling her to find some openings. Getting a lot off of them, too. Oh, good cloud pop. Oh, so many uphill jumps.
Oh, just barely pulled it in the second
there.
hit. Oh, that definitely would have killed it at that height. Good use of the seed. Oh, barely gets back on with the cloud, but I think that's the first howl that's hit this entire set and converts it into the fair. Going to a game 4.
Yeah, that fair is extra deadly on a stage like Rockwall. It can definitely struggle to, you know, kill on most stages, but with boundaries that close, it can often act like similar to Ori up air, for example.
I think the main thing was that, like, Penguin was like, okay, I can stand up on these top platforms and just spam cloud, but like Sylvanos's aerial, or not spam cloud, but you know what I mean. But like Sylvanos's aerials were able to cover that so well that like Penguin was kind of like forced to stick around like the lower platforms in the grounded area. That's where like Dakota was thriving. So very interesting to see. We're going to Spirit Tree.
Yeah, what do you think of this stage pick here?
Sylvanos, like, we saw how early like Sylvanos was dying to up tilt up air on like other stages. I shudder to think how early it's gonna kill here. But also doesn't have the
oh my god.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, no, this is the perfect stage. Actually, Spirit Tree Absa's best stage confirmed. And with that insane conversion, and like that was like the first 10 seconds of the match. Looks like we're. Oh my god. And the up air off the top is like, how dare you take a game off of me? Perfect record? Come on now. Sorry, 6-0'd you yesterday. We couldn't make it a 9-0. Oh,
no. There.
Yeah, I mean, like, that was a uphill comeback for sure. Like, that was a hill to climb, is what I meant to say. But yeah, and with that...
That was a fast game, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good stuff to Penguin taking it.
I don't know if that was an anticlimactic or climactic end to that set, but Penguin is going to go to...
Penguin cleaned up, yeah. So
Penguin's going to go to winners finals.
Quarters.
Yeah. So before we have our other winner semis match, Lord Bagel versus ZB, we're going to announce a winner of this drawing now. Oh wait, no, it looks like winner's already been drawn, and it looks like it's the SoCal community's very own Blair, who ended up winning the skin. So yeah, just Blair, just message a snap, and we'll get that all set up for you. Congratulations! And for anyone who didn't win, don't worry, we're going to be having a second giveaway as we get closer to Grand Finals. It's going to be for a full copy of Rivals of Aether, either for a friend or if you're a UCSD student who isn't part of Tritons of Aether yet and want to get into the game. Perfect time to. And before that, we still have the last winners we still have winner semis, winners finals, and then all of losers side to do. Get on with it. Yeah, we're getting into ZB versus Lord Bagel, and I believe unless they've changed characters recently, ZB plays like Crag mostly, right? And then Lord Bagel is Eda.
I would say ZB's main is Crag, but we've definitely seen him play other characters in tournament. I feel like when ZB's like super duper tryharding, he plays Crag. But we've seen him play a lot of Edalis. I mean, Edalis used to be his main, and when he's really feeling himself, he'll sometimes pull out Clarence, sometimes Forsburn. But I'm expecting to see Crag versus Eda for most of the set.
Been looking at the replay screen here, it looks like that is what it's going to be. Get into it.
All right, going to Julesville here to start things off.
I think I kind of like the stage. Oh my god. I would say I like the stage for Eda because you have like, it's essentially FD with a moving platform, so you have a lot of ways to just throw down Icicle. But Zeeb is like, yeah, no, I've been playing this game long enough, I'm just going to parry that. Has
so
ZB
Bagel-
offstage. Ooh.
So Bagel coming off of a win against Zaro going into this set. I know he's won at least one of the time this year so far.
Did you see that interaction with, like, both of them in parry invincibility, and right as Zeeb gets out of it, just reads where Zeeb is going to go and then up smashes. That was an insane interaction. Just going to keep capitalizing off of it. Oh, barely misses the F strong there. I think that was supposed to be a drop down fair, presumably. After that kind of wacky start with eating the triple rock to the face, Bagel feels like they're solidly feeling their positioning right now.
Oh, finds the up air on the top platform. We're getting an edge guard off of it.
Oh, trying to go for the reversal with the down air, but the awareness from Bagel to just tech there.
Amazing tech.
Still 150, still not dead. Oh, did the rocks spike there? I didn't even see what caused that to happen. Against all odds, Bagel's still surviving.
Oh, what
reverse
an
up air? What?
Bagel,
When did Bagel reverse? Was that a reverse up B? I didn't even see that. Obviously, like, ZB didn't see it either, but okay, finally takes that first stock.
Yeah, crazy up air there. Finally, ZB's on the board here. Oh, so much damage here.
It doesn't manage to get something out of the ice, and in fact, it's ZB who manages to get the reversal there. It gets a full, isn't it 78% just off of that one exchange? Oh, and great parry on the icicles. Keeping Bagel off stage. This is where Eda suffers, yeah. It has, I think, arguably the worst recovery in the game, and ZB looking to prove it, manages to take out the stock, and now it's back to close to even at least. Oh, definitely not if that ferret hit, however. Oh, a triple?
The DI in the fair.
And ZB taking the lead and has Bagel off stage. Has the read on the landing with the back air, but Bagel misses with the back air. That's definitely the rivals, where you know what your opponent's going to do, but they miss, so you miss the parry. Scrappy situation. Oh my god! Both these players, like, so on top of it.
Oh, ZB's contesting center.
Oh, up air? Not killing. Oh, the parry on the... Oh, too low. Oh, and the rock barely not killing, but gets the fair. ZB bringing that all the way back.
A reverse
exchange at the end.
Absolutely insane play from both these players right now.
Like, I think they're just, like, they have no idea how they have this kind of awareness. I feel like I would get, there's so much stuff in there which I know, like, 100 times out of 100 I would have gotten hit by. That was just, like, so unexpected. But they just teched and kept on moving.
Yeah, both of them were forcing execution tests really hard off stage.
Interestingly, we're going to go to Blazing Hideout. What do you think about this stage for Etta? Because this is presumably Bagel's counter pick, so...
I would generally say that this is one of Edalis' best stages. I hear really good things about it. I mean, you could entirely cover the top platform with ice, which lets you control that platform really effectively, get some nice plat aerials off of it. I've definitely seen Edalis just like this stage a lot.
Okay, so let's see how it goes. Immediate F tilt into the... Just gonna set up that entire stage icing right here. Oh, and great parry. Like, you wouldn't think that Eda would have time to parry the down B right after the down B of zone. Oh, that was a tricky angle with the nair.
Oh, good parry there. Oh, what are you doing? You got to punish anyway.
Bagel's just calling out these down Bs. It's like, you can't just be doing that raw.
Oh my god, this is so scary.
What? The F smash on the pillar is a double fair? And I mean, it just keeps going because this is Eda we're talking about.
These blast runs are gonna help.
But just the air dodge into the down B? Okay.
These blast runs are gonna help their horizontal survivability, but right now, Edalis has that top platform covered in ice. And the flip sliding back and forth above your opponent really scary, but...
Top platform also allows you to die to up smash quite early. And go back to even stocks, but Bagel immediately taking the initiative off the invincibility. Be getting their first hit. First hit after Bagel respawn. Oh, the full up air catch! They're like, you have nowhere to go but up. All the way into the blast zone.
Yo, catching the plat drop with his own jump nair.
Oh, they're scrapping on the pillar! They're scrapping on the pillar! Oh, why'd you put yourself in this position,
Bagel.
Bagel?
Oh,
Tries to do it again. This time ZB was ready for it with the parry, but yeah, that would have just been death if ZB had gotten the parry. Just the full conversion.
oh, the shards
It's like
hit
a
way up high.
completely
Oh! Yo, armoring through. Good recovery.
Oh, and
good
yeah,
catch by
had to tech there, and then just the up smash took it. Bagel looked so commanding at the start of that, and then ZB just, I think it was just like these, like it was just barely pushing Bagel off stage with like a nair or like a fair, and then from there it's like Edalis' recovery is so bad that you can just keep him off stage until he's dead.
Yeah, I did feel like ZB started to adapt, started winning some of the scrappier interactions more. Oh, interesting. We're going to Fire Capital here. I think it's another common Edalis choice. Why do you suppose we're going here instead of the run back?
I'm not certain actually. I actually feel like this stage affords a lot more for Crag than Jules fail. Like, because you have those higher platforms where you can down B on. I feel like recovery becomes a little bit easier for Crag on some, like, having access to like the wider space between the blast zone and stage. I don't know.
Well, the
I don't know
right
if
in
you have any
chat
thoughts.
says best edit stage. Seems to be a pretty good reason. So I don't know why we didn't see the best edit stage last game necessarily. But we're gonna go to Fire Capital here. Lots of space to put down ice. And once ice is set up, you know, Bagel's gonna be able to use his horizontal movement a lot more effectively than ZB's going to. That said, lots of room for ZB to pull rocks.
We're just armoring through that up tilt with the fair and then trying to get a reversal there. Bagel getting, I guess not greedy, but is getting real aggressive with these offstage edge guards. I guess you kind of have to in this matchup where, like, because they're heavies, getting raw kill setups is just so much harder. Okay. Oh, manages to set up ice armor. Having that space to be able to do that, definitely a good reason to be here. It's at 120, but it's not going to die for a while.
So ZB's recovery is still good. Bagel having a
But
hard
loses
time
the ice
catching that
armor.
position killer. Oh my god, that
what?
comes to
The
the forward
down
throw?
into the forward smash? That combo? That connected? The year of our Lord 2021? ZB's just still going. Oh, barely misses the triple. Still trying to get the reversal, but just can't. ZB just hugging the stage, and not much that Bagel can do about it.
ZB has so few resources right now. Bagel, don't drop this.
Just
going
like
with the jabs
when
over and
in
over.
doubt, just jab. Such a huge hitbox.
Yeah, ZB has no timing mixes left. These jabs are going to be reliable.
Then
Oh,
just
into the
forward air.
Refreshing armor.
As soon as there was that low wall jump, Bagel knew that they could commit to the forward air. But still at 128% down. They don't have their armor anymore.
Yo,
Yeah,
what a string.
Yeah. Bagel is a full stock down, 2 games down. Need to like make this conversion right here. And I feel like, yeah, they need to put the pressure on. They need to like get aggressive now, because like ZB I think is managing to set up Rock and like down B a lot more than they were earlier on in the set. Great movement back, and like every time we've seen like ZB pull out that side B, just managed to be punished by that down B from Bagel. We are seeing the start of a comeback. Zeeb is at 112%, so if Bagel can close out the stock right here.
Oh, the shards kill off the top!
What? Yeah, no, never mind.
Captain the wall jump on the pillar there, that was crazy. ZB taking with Rio, good stuff.
Yeah, like, I didn't even register that the shards killed. I was like, wait, what?
Wait, are you telling me we're having Penguin ZB Winners Finals?
Oh my god.
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's go to our first losers quarters, which I believe is going to be Soul Rifle versus Soul Rifle versus Bagel. Which I really should have known that, because Bagel just lost, but my excuse is that I've commentary for like an hour and a half now, and my brain isn't turned to mush.
Hey, there's 2 losers quarter sets. It's a 50-50.
That's a mix-up.
True. All right, so we're gonna see Maple versus Edalis here. Generally, this is considered a pretty Maple favorite matchup, I think. Maple's combo game really strong on Edalis, and Maple honestly has the ground movement to contest Edalis.
I've seen some people call this the worst
Nice.
matchup in the game. I don't know if I'd go that far, but it's pretty painful.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
it's really hard to definitively say any matchup is the worst because every character has so many options in almost every single situation in the game.
And like, I mean,
Like
yeah,
the game's
if there was
designed
like
to have
definite
lots of
like,
counterplay.
I think rivals would be far worse off if it was a lot so binary. Yeah, like it's still going to be a hill to climb, but Bagel is a good player. Definitely played this matchup a lot of times, so I'm not going to count them out yet. Get into it. Starting out on Tower of Heaven. And I think that like the stage definitely feels more Maple favored in my opinion, just because you have like, I feel like Maple gets more use out of the platforms than Edalis would potentially.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Bagel has some class up texture he planned, but I would have assumed that at least for the neutral game, Maple would a pretty quick platform layout. Oh, sets of armor already. Up to 4 stocks now. Oh, but big
Does
damage
also
from
make
Maple.
Edalis a little bit easier to combo here, so kind of a double-edged sword potentially. I managed to land and get the up tilt before Rifle gets anything out, and oh, just gets the up strong. Bagel actually take the first stock, but oh, doesn't manage to set up armor again. Rifle comes swinging off the platform. Yeah, just gonna get that nair tether forward air. Back to even.
I'm surprised Bagel's just gonna lovely rock there. Had the eye print to just pop Lily, but oh, so much damage here. Bagel. Okay, nice SDI to get out that up air.
Is it even gonna matter? Oh,
Nasty.
just gets the nair into the fair, and like, it's so oppressive as soon as you get hit once in this matchup. I mean, you can definitely say that on both sides. Bagel just gets the raw slam dunk, and we're back to even stocks. Gets the down B. This is going to be some good damage. Oh, misses the down air, but just keeps it going. The jab, I didn't. Jab hit hits a
So high up is insane. Oh, dash attack all the way from center stage.
Oh my god, the
okay.
down B to try and cover low. That was. Let's see.
Yeah,
sure.
I have seen Bagel go for that edge guard strategy a lot, going for the down B to threaten going down.
No way! What happened? How did he get off stage?
I guess he just held momentum after getting parried. God damn.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, Bagel goes for that down B wall jump edge guard strat a lot. It seems really like a really strong hitbox that's pretty non-committal because of the wall jump cancel. So
Makes sense. But probably like. I don't forget what I was gonna say, but I'm just saying like, that's like Edalis is also so liable to getting parried sometimes, as we saw right there. And jeez.
Soul Rifle with some wise words in chat. A player isn't good without a bit of skill. So true. Take that to heart.
Can't wait for the next words of wisdom. Sky is blue. Thank you. Coming like that talk.
I don't know, I'm looking at the stage and the sky seems more purple.
You know what? You're so right. I should leave philosophizing to the top players in chat.
I can't believe you spread misinformation like the color of the sky.
You know, I should have gone for something a
Yeah,
little
the
bit
sky's
less
piss yellow.
easily
What do you mean?
Yeah, and I should actually stick to what I know how to do, which is commentating. So, Bagel getting that ice conversion, but oh, doesn't manage to get the read right afterwards. But so far, what?
Fucking
Maple was like a pixel below Edalis there, and just gets spiked by that up B. I feel like that's the kind of thing where you'd have to like replay afterwards and just like slow it down to get the frame by frame. Misses the up strong. Actually huge. That was a Soul Rifle's chance to even this up.
Oh no! Okay.
Oh, and the recovery flub.
One.
Still has all the momentum here, but Sword Rifle, I mean, Maple can just take entire stocks as long as Sword Rifle can get the kill. They do, they get the Nair into the tether forward air. As long as they can get one good opening, tries to go for the dash attack but misses. Now they're off stage, double fair, armor setup. Oh, just a raw down strong.
Oh, good catch the platform. Oh, into Lily? Into the... Oh, double down strong.
Now Bagel's off stage. This could be the full conversion they needed.
Yo, that parry on icicles was huge.
Just barely misses the side B down strong. That would have been the stop.
Yo, what a forward catch.
The raw forward strong. The wave dash back forward strong. It's a classic.
Dude,
and Bagel puts themselves on the board.
That up B spike was so funny.
Okay, so say about that game, or do you think we should just run it? Just get straight into game 3? The pace that these players are getting at.
I'm down to jump into game 3 here.
Let's do it.
Go to Julesville.
Bagel immediately off stage, but okay, manages to get the landing there and reverses the situation.
Oh,
double fair, and that kills?
Not the
Given that arc, I didn't think it would kill. It looked like that was like such a soft arc into the blast zone.
Are the boundaries down pretty close in this state?
Don't know, but yeah. Is it gonna happen again? Oh, barely misses the triple. Doesn't get the up air, instead just gets tagged by the Nair. Now is in a recovery situation. Sword Rifle setting up Lily. But barely, how did that down strong miss? Bagel does manage to get back, but oh, what? Was that
backer is nudging him.
It was super low.
Where are you
Sword
going?
Rifle following too. Oh, did Sword Rifle manage to tech on stage with that up air? This is just absolutely insane. Okay, barely misses the parry, calls it out. Bagel with a full 2-stock lead has the armor, so isn't going to be dying anytime soon. Is having a little bit of trouble catching Soul Rifle. Right as I say that, managed to get a hit in. And it's just, did you see them just forward air back and forth? Oh my god.
Man, Maple just going under short hop Nair just looked incredibly poking.
I mean, no, she deserves it. She already gets away with getting through attacks by being incredibly fast. Why shouldn't she also have? Oh, but huh? Huh? I just killed 76. What happened? Or we had an even stock game.
Oh, nice side B from the corner. Oh, goes for the spike. Trying to end things early. Oh, keeps it going.
Now barely getting stuffed out by the up tilt.
Oh.
Soul Rifle wins this game. It's going to be the comeback of a century. Gets the double.
Oh my god! It's the comeback of the century.
Way.
Let's go, Soul Rifle. God damn.
Let's go, Soul Rifle.
Just not letting Bagel return to neutral, and Bagel is running it back.
Let's go. Julesville, game 4. There's players are so scrappy. I feel like it's hard to talk about what's going on because kind of just going at each other. I feel like this is kind of like the purest expression of like, yeah, this is fighting games. Bagel building up an early lead.
Off stage. Oh, careful. Good DI getting out of there. Not letting the fair spike connect.
Oh, gets the fully charged down strong. When you're in the corner, it's kind of hard to avoid that, but it's Soul Rifle's turn to play. But surprised it killed. I thought that Soul Rifle would have a chance to tech on the platform there, but no. With that up air, it will take the first stock. So just barely avoiding Lily there.
Knocking it wrap. Oh, careful! Oh my god! Same thing that ended the last game.
Yeah, I think it's just so hard for Edalis to avoid. What do you do? Even if you jump, like the bottom part of your body just gets flipped, probably.
Oh, good DI by Soul Rifle, dodging the up air. Bagel, how are you gonna
like,
get back?
Bagel went a little bit ham, and now it's gonna get reversal for it. What was looking like a very Bagel favorite game is now back to even. Oh, and the momentum mix up with
Get the
the
tech read. Oh, mixes them up.
missing tech read. Really loving the way that wow, that raw F strong's in kill though. But I'm loving the way that Bagel kind of just like mixes up with these down Bs. It's one of those things where like it looks like it shouldn't work, but I mean, like I feel like I haven't seen it miss yet. Look at that patience. Just
string here. Got armor. Immediately burns the
cash
short
the charge.
Edgard.
Oh, the side B reversal though. Up there. But manages to parry this icicles. Keeps it going. Oh yeah, down B maybe not gonna land fast enough for the ice freeze.
So Soul Rifle DI looking really good here, not letting any kill moves land.
For the Dakas. Bagel just barely making it back. Rifle making it back as well. We're back to neutral. Just a raw nair.
Oh, are we gonna get kill here?
There's the classic.
Last
And this is basically an even game. One conversion from Soul Rifle. Saw what happened last game. Catches before the down B lands? No, and Bagel's off stage.
What a winning pose, I gotta say.
Edalis just trapped, like, I've won, but at what cost? Help, is anyone around? Can someone get me out of this? Help.
Alright, we're
going
getting
to
into
game 5.
We're moving on to top
Lodge,
4
home stage advantage, question mark? This is also the first game 5 we've seen on stream.
Oh, good parry from Bagel.
Doesn't manage to capitalize too much off of it, but it's like, hey, okay, you know what? I'll cash in my second one. Oh, also, Bagel's got those parries, but... Oh, and the down B once again.
Oh my god,
punch him. No way. Taking an early lead, but Soul Rifle... Oh, yeah, a little bit too early a percent, but still off stage.
Soul Rifle going a little too high with the first spike.
One more?
Oh, keeping the pressure up!
How is it still going? How is it still... Okay. It's an even game. Take it all back. What early lead? Bagel does have Soul Rifle off stage, but Soul Rifle has just managed to mix up the recovery so well, but what do I...
So
what? Oh, I thought we were going to see a repeat of stock 1. It's a triple fair.
Looking like Crag. Oh! Into the wall jump! Into the up air spike!
Up air and that kills?
That's crazy.
Okay, good parry by Soul Rifle, but doesn't manage to capitalize on the invincibility. Does get the downer, Maple having that tricky downer which hits...
Oh my god!
Underneath. Eagle once again barely surviving. It's gonna be a little bit of those heavy boy genes.
Oh my god!
They can't get back to the wall. They have to charge for that horizontal momentum, well they barely get back there. Rifle missing, but now Soul Rifle can cover high. Bagel make it back there.
I don't think recovery doesn't have a lot of mix-ups, but it sure has a lot of distance, but we're last stuck a piece. Tournament stock for both these players.
Have just been trading off stocks so well, but so far it's been Bagel who's managed to take these stocks first. Gonna continue for this last one. It looks like it might. Bagel with the full conversion has Soul Rifle in the ice.
Oh, is this it? That's it! Bagel taking it 3-2. Game 5. Well, good stuff from both these players. That was a really exciting set.
Oh, no. I don't even have words. Okay, and Bagel making it to loser semis, and notably our next losers quarters match, Dakota versus Zaro. If Zaro manages to win that one, they can get the run back on Bagel. So,
oh yeah, that'll be exciting to see.
We might have a revenge set on our hands, but first we'll have to make it through Dakota, who's definitely no pushover as we've seen so far.
Do we know if Dakota has any wins on Zaro in recent history? This generally... No? Okay. This generally cited as one of Sylv's worst matchup. I think both Orcane mains and Sylv mains tend to feel this way.
I think like lots of what Sylv does is kind of like Orcane but worse in this matchup, which just hurts a lot. It's like, oh yeah, I want to get it in pressure. Oh, Orcane has faster buttons? Sad. I want to like edge guard them to hell and back. Oh, Orcane has bubbles, which and like can like cover my recovery on reaction. Big sad. So.
Menace and chat says Zaro.
And we've already seen from Zaro just like Zaro has insane pressure. So I think that like because Sylvanas has like slower buttons, Oh, but it looks like not gonna go Sylvanos is opting for the Crag.
What? Okay, I've never seen her Crag before. I've seen her go, I've seen her go Clarin, of course, because she was, I think, dual maining Clarin for a bit. I've seen her go Rano before. This is my first time seeing her Crag at play.
You'd say that it's like Sylv's worst matchup potentially, so maybe trying out something new, mixing it up, see how it works. Sometimes just like you could have that mental edge on an opponent, but they're like, I don't know what to expect from this character. Well, okay, no one's expecting the double side B. Nice to parry the bubbles,
not getting the parry on those bubbles, unfortunately.
I was holding the
gonna
rock
keep
to get
pressure
that
up.
down. Like, I don't know if I'm liking the look of this Crag sheet. And 4 strong, yeah, that's a 0 to death.
Oh, so much pressure from Zaro. Oh, getting a dash attack in!
First hit. Okay, but gets the parry on the side B.
Going for the no mix up.
Gets the, oh yeah, that up tilt, the first hit box, just carrying Zaro, but doesn't get a conversion. Great use of the down tilt back air, and then just air dodges into the other back air. Yeah, okay, this is looking like a wash already.
I have a feeling we're gonna see a character swap after this game.
Oh,
Soul Rifle,
great.
I don't...
Okay, you know what? That was a good rock spike. Maybe something. What? No. Okay, it doesn't die, but jeez, the quintuple.
That's...
Oh, and can't make it back.
Yeah, she's...
Was that under a minute?
It
We have
certainly
to check
felt
on the
that way.
stat screen here.
Oh, her controller broke right before the set?
What?
She's playing on keyboard? This set's being played on keyboard?
What?
Oh, that's fucked up. That's not fair. Oh, I'm sorry, Dakota. That's too bad. That's really too bad. I definitely thought it was like a matchup thing. Okay.
Holy crap. Okay, that recontextualizes the entire thing. I was so confused. Well, that's so unfortunate to get so deep into bracket, and then like I know that like I couldn't play half as well on keyboard. Like
keyboard's a completely different experience. If you haven't practiced keyboard, like it's not like the game sense just carries over naturally. I think.
Like you have to like think like purposefully about like everything. Still, I wonder like is having to think about that while also playing a new character the right move? It looks like we are going to see the character switch. Going to be the Rano. Maybe they just decided to have a little bit of fun with this.
Yeah, it might have been just a move to not take it too seriously.
That's fair.
Alright, the Rano's coming out. I have seen Dakota go Rano before on controller. You know, her movement is really not bad, given that it's a completely different interface.
Yeah, it's surprising. I guess the main thing is just like it feels like this space, like this spacing is it's just forced to happen. I think that like those scrappy situations, it's a little bit less good, but in general, yeah. And I mean, 72% already there. But they get the carry into the up strong. The Rano is looking better than the Oh, whoops. Okay, sorry.
Dude, I can't see that Rano Rapid Jab without Blair's remix just entering my head.
Oh God. Okay, for those, someone posted in chat for those who don't know what.
No, that remix is lit.
Wow. I'm just expecting a roll in, but goes. Oh no. Oh no. I'm pretty sure that up B wasn't intended, and they're just gonna eat a full stock for it. Really moving the bubble.
Okay.
Goes out the side B to knock away the bubble?
Okay.
It's so oh no, don't die here. Oh no.
Alright, let's I guess we'll see who Dakota's going this third game.
You sound so dejected, dude. Okay, but it looks like a return to the main. They are going to try out the Sylvanos in this game 3.
On Fire Capital. Alright, sounds like Zaro has a really strong record against Sylvanos overall, according to Menace in chat.
And yeah, for the reasons we mentioned, like that frame data and ability to put on pressure while also having the zoning game. Okay, but oh, look at this.
Wait,
this is the
these are real
we're seeing from
real Sylv move with real Sylv combos.
I'm gonna be real.
my
If you
God.
hadn't told, like, if they just put, if this was game 1 and they hadn't told me about the controller mishap, I would have just assumed that they were playing normally. Look at this. They're up.
Wait, Dry, are you sure this is on keyboard?
What is going on? Look at this movement.
What?
Did
Did she
like,
fix the controller before game 3? Because this looks really, really
did they
solid.
Amazon Prime a controller? What's going on?
Dude, there's no way. There's no way.
Etsy 20-minute delivery? What the hell's going on here?
Like, don't get me wrong, Dakota's amazing, but on a completely different controller?
I mean, look at this. They're almost 2 stocks up. Dude, it was all just the bait and switch.
Lemon?
Just the
good cancel!
Okay, down strong. We'll take it though. We're caught in the bubbles. But the parry, down strong, not gonna take it quite yet. Bubble butt's back, but doesn't get the full combo. And once again, oh, these howl into platform strong. Oh, the hell is this keyboard silv?
That's fucking insane.
This is... misses the up strong, that's huge! Up air barely not killing. But it's clinging on a dear life, but the waveland down strong, he's gonna take it. First time Zaro's been up this game. Trying to get the pair. He's getting a little antsy for these parries now because they need to take the stock. Double fair? Okay, so it's fair up air, but Arcane recovery. Oh, up air hit 2 doesn't connect. So they do have Zaro off stage. And like, okay, Zaro was in disadvantage for a solid minute there.
We're taking Zaro to last stock on the keyboard.
No!
Oh, careful!
Oh my god, it goes all the way out, but doesn't get the second back air. We're back here. Oh no, it was a great parry on the seed into the double back. Oh, the down strong.
That...
And a heartbreaker of a set, Zaro takes it 3-0 over Dakota. He's gonna go to loser semis for the run back against Bagel. And I'm so sorry about that, Dakota. That really sucks. I hope you're able to get a replacement controller soon.
Dude, that was insane.
Like, even with that, the keyboard play is like... I wonder how that set would have gone if they just stuck to Silv first, because that was... No, that... I think that they still had a chance if they went with the Silv keyboard, but it's in the past now. For now, we're gonna make a quick return to winner's bracket for ZB versus Penguin, winner's finals.
Okay, I have seen this matchup several times at this point. So this happened last night. Admittedly, it was 2 a.m. for Penguin when it happened, but this was PX Thug Finals last night. Zeeb took it 3-1 that set. I believe they've done Thug Finals 4 times at this point, and they're 2-2 in Thug Finals right now. We will see how this goes. Both of these players playing at a normal time of day for them right now.
Change of pace. You know what? Actually, how they say, like, if you do an activity regularly, you should like stay in the same environment so you're in the same mindset. What if like the different times mess them up? 2 a.m. anymore. Oh, but ZB is like, nah, I'm chilling. Immediately gets that up strong and takes that first game. Or sorry, that first stock.
So ZB is chilling on that top plat.
And it's weird because like both these characters have such strong zoning tools, but I think what makes these players usage of them so great is that they don't just throw them out and they're like, oh okay, cool, they didn't get hit, I'll do it again. Lots of it is like, okay, they moved in this way, so here's what I should do as a response. Speaking of response, just Penguin with a full stock response right back there. It only takes 25% of extra credit before getting the stock back.
Oh my god, huge damage from ZB off this opening. Full 60%.
Speaking of openings, there's the down air. Oh, doesn't manage to get anything but other than nair.
Pops nairing right out of the pillar, doesn't care.
Just loving like these down tilt up air loops in quotation marks. Just Off the platform there, off the platform there. If they get hit, up tilt and try for it again. Ooh, great DI on
DI in the
on the
corner.
fair.
Oh, good catch.
Oh, but huge scoop. Stock 2 goes the same way as Stock 1. When Penguin with the chase, just a little wait there to get the fair. But they're off stage right now. ZB's got the rock pulled. Okay, gets the cloud, manages to recover, but oh, ZB gets a tech into the jab. Oh, whoa, whoa, what is ZB tech on?
Oh,
I guess it doesn't matter.
Platform.
Okay, Penguin is 75% down. This is kill percent for Obsa, so they need to figure out something quick. They do get the dare off the top platform.
Oh! He can't do anything. He's just holding that rock. He couldn't tech against the wall.
Penguin with the insane reversal. This is why Penguin is our #1 seed for the tournament.
Penguin didn't ban Aramata?
I mean, let's find out why. Let's get into game.
Okay, but before you freak out over Penguin not banning Aramata, this little known fact, ZB's actually bad on this stage. He tries to gimmick you the whole time, and Penguin knows this. And Penguin lifetime is very up on ZB on Aramata. Typically, he wins here.
Wild. Okay. This is why player matchups are more important than character matchups in top level play. Okay, let's start off right here. I'm excited to see what you mean by gimmick.
He likes to do a lot of downbeat mix-ups from the top platform and then combo that into an up air off the top, stuff like that.
Okay.
He gets some really crazy punishes if you let him have those situations.
But I feel like you can, as long as you respect the space and the timing. That was a weird jab trade right there. Oh yeah,
Okay,
the down B into
just
the down
like
B into
that.
the up smash. And like, looking a lot like the start of game 1, but we also saw how that one ended. As long as Penguin can get the stock quickly. I do not know that. Does down smash usually destroy pillar if you do it there? That seems like a weird option. And, oh, the fair just raw killing? Maybe, that felt like maybe missed DI or like the right DI but then drifted out too much. Sure.
Oh, finding the down B there. Big string, pushing Penguin off. Penguin, how are you gonna get out of the corner? Oh, that's how. Calling him out with the roll.
Oh, great catch on the top platform. Yeah, places that cloud so well.
Oh my god!
All the way down, just goes all the way down to just make sure. Nah. That was risky because I feel like, oh, managed to detect the downwards rock.
Oh,
but
off the side?
I think probably wasn't expecting to have the DI. It just goes all the way off. Okay, back to an even game. Penguin caught on the side here. Okay, managed to dash back out, gets the Nair conversion. First the air with the cloud, saying you gotta come straight in. Now these like
He gets stuck on his own rock.
yeah, once ZB's in the corner, these cloud-based placements are doing so much.
Oh, Penguin mixing up his movement now. Nice up B to platform to get out of there.
But one good hit from
Oh!
ZB.
Not gonna kill yet.
The jab.
There's so much
and-
percentage on ZB right now. Oh, big pillar. Oh, are you
Just a
doing
raw
forward
forward
strong?
strong?
Stop it!
I mean, I guess the worst you can get punished is they just hit you into the pillar, and you're like, okay, cool, I'll take that.
I mean, attack is not
Oh
necessarily a free
wow,
reversal.
the
You can take that.
cloud reversal into the bear. Again, ZB like took an early lead, but I feel like Penguin is just inching back these games so effectively. 2-0 here.
Yeah, I mean, ZB, we're seeing some really explosive punishes from him, but it sounds like it looks like Penguin has the more solid grasp in neutral in this matchup right now.
Yeah, and it's coming down to the fact where it's like Penguin takes a little bit to like navigate how ZB wants to play on the stage or is like playing in the current moment, and then once Penguin has grasped that, they're able to like cover those angles with cloud. So it's like, oh yeah, I know you want to, like, let's say in the corner you want to like jump out or you want to drop off this platform here. I'll just put Cloud here so you can't. And suddenly, like, it's like ZB has to like relearn neutral because like their previous like interaction plan is just gone. Let's see how this works out on Rock Fortress or Rock Wall.
Yeah, we're gonna see some real fast kills here. A similar
A
kind
little
of
bit of lag there on our end, but
Okay,
looks like it's back now. Cool.
no worries.
Back into it. I'm getting a quick early 40% there. ZB. Oh, ZB almost got the fair conversion, but good parry. A sweet spot fair, barely not killing. Still has ZB off stage though. Okay, ZB managed to get back on with the wave land and the roll. It's hard for ZB to really do anything when they're across the stage and Penguin's just chilling on one of these platforms. They'd really have to be up close to really do anything like meaningful about it. Really have to start making committal moves with like the rock, which Penguin can exploit.
Yeah, ZB's having a hard time finding enough space to
Just
make
barely outspaces the dash attack and runs in with the up smash. One way to do spacing. But yeah, I think ZB thought that Penguin was going to commit to the back air and so went in with the up smash, but Penguin wise to that, wave lands back off and gets the punish.
Nice falling there from ZB.
Oh, the up strong again, but gets the weak hit again.
Oh,
ZB
no,
is just
he's
like...
off stage.
Great! Oh, I was about to say great drift away, but drifts a little too far away.
I'll have to get the wall jump afterward.
Yeah.
ZB finding him.
Oh, okay.
DI not dying from that fair. Really scary on rock wall.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Penguin knowing that ZB is waiting for the parry, so just goes past to destroy the pillar instead. Oh no, why are these upstrongs working? They're working. And finally gets the parry on the cloud, and all of a sudden it's ZB's game.
Yeah, ZB surviving at 161%, getting that kill at under 100. That's pretty big.
Dash attack almost killing.
Oh my god!
What? The up B wall jump fair? What angles these players are covering while on like edge guards are insane. Oh, the great tech to avoid the up tilt. Penguin brought themselves back after that slight deficit on stock 2, but still, the percents are pretty even.
Yo, ZB committing a lot.
Rock
catching him. Oh, careful!
And yeah, this is the nightmare. Has the cloud set up on ledge. Oh my god, ZB manages to get back. Oh my god, it's 65 to that guy. But the full run back F strong is like, I gotta kill now. I gotta do something crazy. Puts them off stage again. Then once again with the triangle up B. Who charges the up strong, but then the roll was slightly misspaced, or like not spaced how Penguin expected it to be. Now is at 92. This is opposite kill percent. He does a triangle jump again. It's cloud setup.
Oh, ZB. Oh, nice.
But it's at too high a percent for forward tilt into up air / forwarder to connect. And now Penguin's off stage. This is such a crazy interaction. They've just...
Ah! Catches him with the upper. That's a 3-0. Penguin moving on to grand finals.
That was... And I mean, all credit to ZB though. Like, those were nail-biter games. Especially that last one.
Yeah, really good play from both sides there. Really strong punishes, but Penguin is going to eke that out. Plus 3 last stock games. Goddamn.
And like you mentioned, they have like a 2-2 tug finals record, so no saying that DB can't like make it back from losers finals and come back for the reverse 6-0 in grands. So let's see. But before then, we have to even decide who's going to play DB in losers finals, and for that we need to play out the loser semis. The run back with Bagel and Zaro. Bagel previously eliminating Zaro 2-0, and I think, yeah, like that's definitely considered an upset, despite Bagel being a good player. Like, I think
this is Bagel's second set win on Zaro in recent history. I don't know what their overall like record is for the year, but Bagel beating Zaro was not a fluke, and it could happen a third time.
Let's see. Will it be the double elim, and will Bagel move on to losers finals? Okay, and again, I think the dash thing for both players is actually really similar. Now that I'm looking at it on the same stage, like the way they just like, I feel like they just have like a more, how to put it, like their dash chances are like a little bit longer, or like what happened?
So one thing about this matchup, not really about the matchup, but about these players, I guess, is Bagel believes that this matchup is more or less unwinnable for Edalis. And
Unwinnable?
he feels that Zaro's playstyle is just not the optimal playstyle for the matchup. Namely, I remember him tweeting out that Zaro does not play grounded enough to really split the matchup. We will see how Zaro's playstyle is this game. So far,
I mean, I feel like that early SD is kind of costing Zaro here. There's like a full stock down. Oh, and the puddle barely, the droplet barely misses. Yeah, I mean, okay, gets a down tilt up air, still connects on Edalis at 150. Now that's a kill confirmed. If Zaro manages to make this comeback, I guess you can really call this matchup unwinnable. But until then, Bagel's making it look possible.
looking real possible right now. Oh, we're getting something started again. Nice forward tilt to reverse the situation after that overextension. Oh, Zaro, how are you going to get out of the corner? Oh, that's how. Just push your way through.
Yeah. It's the funny disjoint button. And I mean, like, look at these down. Like, Zaro is kind of just winning this matchup on down tilt alone. Bagel's saying that Zaro doesn't play this grounded enough. It looks like Zaro might be trying to. And
what a comeback! One stock apiece.
Did you see that? Like, Bagel was trying to like stuff out a potential back air with the forward tilt, but then Zaro lands and parries to get the kill. Oh, and just rolls through that up smash. That definitely would have killed. Caught on the side platform and is off stage now. Oh, and cracks the bubble. It can't work a hop back.
Gonna convert the edge guard off of that?
That was big. And Bagel taking game one. Currently 3-0 against Zaro in this tournament.
Oh, it was a 3-0 in winners?
I'm saying that like they won 2-0 in winners and now it's
2-0
1-0
winners.
here.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. Okay, let's get into game two.
Really impressive.
Oh, that kill. Excuse me? Almost as offensive as the SD in game one. That was down tilt, down tilt, down tilt, down tilt, bear, kills at 56. I guess just rock wall things.
That's just how this game is.
Sometimes you go out like a buster, there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, Bagel's bringing this all the way back. Barely misses the up strong. That would have been what Bagel needed to get back in here. And I was just getting text chase to all hell and back.
Oh,
but just on. What a reversal! And Bagel's just waiting, like, hey, you gotta come here. And oh! I was like, I'm gonna show you the way to blast zone this time, but barely doesn't get the third back air. Still has armor though. Oh wait, but like, uses it to get that F strong. And Bear is just barely gonna kill. Back to Zaro's game.
Oh, good recovery, good portal placement there. Bagel's not gonna be able to cover all options.
Is Zaro off? Oh, there's Zaro just managed to get back on right there. And reverses the situation.
Oh, controlling center nicely. Good forward tilt.
Zaro's just kind of been able to press buttons out of the corner, and ZB has, oh, no, sorry, ZB. Bagel hasn't been able to contest it so far. Tries to get a spike with the up air.
Oh,
but just careful. But just
that.
The love tap with the jab. Managed to get back on, but barely misses the parry on the down strong.
Oh, is that it?
That's
We're 1-1.
Exclusively it. And just to answer the down B. Yeah. I think it was just like, I feel like Bagel was putting Zaro in like positions of pressure, like on the side or off stage, but then Zaro was just like, yeah, okay, I'll just run at you. I'll wave dash down tilt. I'll dash attack, And Bagel was just not having the answer to Zaro pressing buttons out of the corner, which is surprising to me because I feel like in the other sets we were seeing Bagel having like a very patient, like dash dancing playstyle at some points where they're able to bait hasty approaches well.
It's possible that he'll adapt and adopt such a playstyle again this game. He's opting to go to Blazing Hideout. Typically considered one of Orcane's best stages.
I don't know. I have no idea about like stage viability, but I will say I feel like this is my favorite stage to move on as Orcane, just because of the nair bounce wavelands on the top platform. It feels so smooth.
Oh, I bet.
And so let's see if that kind of movement comes into play here. And like you mentioned in a previous set with Bagel, we see it right there. Icicle's covering that top platform so effectively. If you want to play there, you kind of have to respect that tool. Just runs in with the full puddle F strong.
Wait, he just ate that icicle? He was standing there and ate the icicle.
And is this a 0 to death? No, okay, barely doesn't kill, but I mean, it's still going. Oh, barely misses the icicle up strong. Zaro's turn to answer. Bagel goes for another up strong, but instead gets knocked off stage by that F strong. One just tries to go in with the F strong, but like...
Oh my god! From 120% reversing the whole situation, taking the first stock?
Bagel's like, I'm gonna use his invincibility well. I think like... I mean... I think Bagel's advice to like play this matchup more grounded is paying off. Like, every time it's just down tilt beats out almost everything that Bagel's trying to do. Again, oh, down tilt nair up air.
Alright, he's going way high.
Going
down with down air.
Oh, Nair strong, barely not killing. Going all the way up with that air dodge, but realizes isn't high enough, so just retreats.
Oh my god, that was almost a zero death in the other direction.
Look at the cheeky nair bounces. That's how you know. I think Zaro's feeling themselves now. Bagel being like, nah, you can't just camp this top platform. Oh, also, yeah, those bubbles are pretty treacherous. Just drop them underneath you. Doing great recovery there. Doesn't want to mess with getting icicle in the air. The down tilt up strong, yeah. Zaro had been like going for the up airs all set, so mixes it up with the up strong. That was a pretty decisive game from Zaro.
And that's 2-1 for Zaro right now, right?
Yeah, so if Zaro wins the next game, we'll manage to get the run back on Bagel and advance to losers finals.
Bagel opting to go back to hideout here. Oh, and immediately getting the plat drop aerial. Not getting anything off of it. Bagel already getting started here. Good recognition by Bagel, not overextending there. Way dashing back out of the dash attack before following up. Going above the bubble.
Like, how are these? I feel like these down, like, I know it didn't work on the Rockwall game, but I feel like these down Bs are working out way more than they feel like they should be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. It does seem like he's catching Zaro in the air a lot for them. The more grounded Zaro stays, the less likely it's gonna work. But it's a pretty fat hitbox if he's up in the air.
Okay, and oh my god! I think Bagel was just trying to set up armor and assume that Zaro would take a while to get back, but yeah, they'll take it. Speaking of taking it, Zaro's just gonna take that up air. We're back to even. Oh, and Bagel nairs straight into the bubble pillar. I think without ice already up, it's really hard for Edalis to like navigate around or like move around the down tilt. I don't think you can get back in fast enough to actually punish it effectively until you have the ice up.
Oh, this is a really great edge guard from Zaro.
Look at that, just keeps it going. The triple nair. Just like this matchup, like Orcane turns into a moving hitbox, and it's like Edalis just has to find the spaces between.
Okay, you just start spamming down strong.
I mean, it's frame 7. And like those bubbles, like as Edalis, what can you really do about those bubbles other than stall? And then Orkin can just throw out like an aerial, like a back air to just grab you. Zaro like a full stock up now. He has to make something happen quickly. This time,
again, the up air actually
no,
getting it out.
No, not like this.
3-1.
And you hate to see Bagel go out like that, but still, what a set! And Zaro taking the revenge set, winning the run back 3-1 against Bagel, and they're going to be meeting ZB in losers finals.
Amazing play from both these players.
Okay.
Yo, do we have stats on ZB versus Zaro? Menace and or Durai?
Oh, back into you? Okay. We're going in blind.
Zaro favored, but not impossible. Does that imply that ZB has taken this in the past?
I mean, definitely could believe it, given caliber of play we've seen.
I would guess that ZB's played this matchup more often with Edalis than Crag, and that Crag's probably going to do a bit better for him.
Yeah, I wonder, but like we did see how much pressure Zaro was able to exert versus Krags when we saw the It's a Cat set, where in that, like, just got up in Krag's face, just kept pressing down tilt or nair, and Crag didn't have any time to, like, press buttons. And the only time It's a Cat was able to get out of there was when Zaro tech chased wrong, and it was just like, oh, okay. So if Zara's able to like start up that pressure on ZB, it's gonna be hell. But also we've seen ZB have we've seen like a much better defensive play than It's a Cat was demonstrating in that set, so we might be able to navigate around it.
According to Menace in chat, ZB has beaten Zaro as recently as November at RCS Earth.
Okay.
And in January, Zaro double eliminated ZB from FPS 4. So it looks like they've gone back and forth a bit recently. Zaro a bit advantage, but ZB definitely could do this.
Let's see it.
Okay, we're getting into it on Julesville. Oh, and already ZB with the down B.
It's kind of a cheek. Oh, I was about to say that first down B was kind of cheeky because Zaro tried to parry it because they assumed that the last hit would go off the platform, but ZB spaced it so that it wouldn't, and actually had to punish it afterwards. Speaking of punish, Aubrey has a good 75%.
So ZB very intentionally goes for that spacing on down B a lot to make it ambiguous whether the fight's going to appear below the cloud or not. It's a pretty big part of the control as far as I understand.
I feel like it's one of those memes where it's like, new players, down B is busted. Mid-level players, down B is a strong space control tool, but you have to be aware that your opponent can parry it. Top-level players, down B is busted. Right now, I think like ZB's also just like showing off. Like, oh my god, that fair sending all the way across stage, but somehow Zaro had the DI to not die from it. I feel like ZB's just general movement is like been really good as well. They're navigate because like I think that like they're preventing Zaro from exerting the same kind of pressure that It's a Cat was by just constantly keeping their movement ambiguous, and manages to take that first stock cleanly. I think it comes down to what we were talking about in the Penguin set, where it's like, you throw out an option, see how you move, and then adjust accordingly.
Yeah, absolutely. So Pride will be back in a minute, so until then, I'm gonna take over for a little bit.
Good.
Zaro, the pretty long string, doesn't quite get ZB off stage to edge guard, but does pretty good damage. I think he did like 60%.
Yeah,
ZB off stage now. This is his favorite place to be. He's got a pillar again. Yep. The Zaro
barely
classic.
managed to jump off before Zaro downstrings that one. Did the cheeky wave dashes into the rock.
Why is he up airing?
I feel like that was a clear wave strong down smash or waveland down smash.
I don't know how he got an up air then. Oh, that bear whiffed?
An up strong hit?
Yeah.
Okay, but down strong's gonna reach there. Even stocks again.
Yeah.
ZB getting the first hit, didn't manage to convert though. Oh, and Zaro kind of overcommitted on the platform there, gets hit by the down B, but it feels like ZB hasn't been managing to convert off these last few hits. It's just a running down strong. I mean, yeah, you're definitely not gonna be able to convert off of that.
Alright, ZB an advantage. Doesn't get the up strong that he was looking for. Gets another one. But
ZB up strongs just work.
yeah, he just kind of hits the button sometimes and you get hit by it and feel bad. Oh,
One of those things. Oh,
not gonna quite do it. Zaro really good DI there.
oh, the double bear to destroy the rock.
Ooh, gets the
Ooh,
nair.
yeah, the nair up air. The dash attack's barely not covering. I think that's it. Like ZB was using that platform so well. Like every time Zaro tried to approach them on the platform, they would just retreat a little bit, and then get the punish.
Yeah, ZB played a really good job with punishing Zaro, because Zaro likes to hit a lot of buttons, because Orcane lets you do that, but at this high of a level of play, it's kind of hard to just hit buttons sometimes, you know?
And I think like what we saw in like other sets, at least from what I noticed with Zaro, is that like they get a few hits and then they're like, oh yeah, now I'm gonna wait for you to whiff punish. But then like they need to get that initial hit or that initial win in neutral, and ZB was stymieing that a lot, especially towards the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Game 2, we're gonna be heading into Julesville again. Zaro trying to get the run back. Immediately trading.
It just runs in with the down strong or the down tilt, but then immediately trades with the down B from lead. Again, like I feel like Zaro just keeps misjudging where these options on the platform are going to hit.
Oh,
The running up strong is
that
just going to do
purple
it.
too.
Sheesh. Crag.
ZB kind of standing in one of his other places, or favorite places to be there, on a platform that's big enough to get all 3 spikes on.
Yeah, and we saw that earlier too, where like start of the first game, ZB just threw out the down B. Zaro tried to parry, but none of the spikes came off the platform. And ZB got a punish that way.
Zaro got a really good back air there on his recovery, but then upbeat to the other side of the stage where he hit ZB towards. So that was a really weird interaction. Zaro down 3 stocks to 1.
This is... It feels like ZB just like learned all of what was going on in game 1 and is like, yeah, okay, I got your number now. And lots of it just seems to be down B, jab, jab, jab. Get hit by down B, now I'm gonna jab. I mean, it's working. The double backer working once again. Oh, not a trade you want. But once again, the Nair fair, and that was a 3-stock from ZB.
Yeah, ZB 3-stock Zaro. Damn. Not what I was expecting from this set. Zaro on 2-0 here. Counterpicks to Forest 4. Forest 4 is still really small ceilings. So Orcane up smash is probably going to kill Craig at like 80 or 90 on this stage. But then also, Orcane's gonna die super early too because Crag, or ZB specifically, loves killing with up air. So.
Also, the up strongs we were seeing like spammed like crazy.
Yep.
So.
Plus, Orcane is a character that's very easy to kill off the top, not off the sides. So. You take what you can get. Let's hop right into game 3 here.
Okay, good backer from Zaro, immediately destroying that rock. ZB capitalizing more off of it than Zaro managed to. I mean, okay, yeah. Like you're seeing here, like, Zaro just like pressed Nair 3 times at ZB, and it's just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Alright, gets the Nair up air. See, kills like that gotta come pretty early on Forest Floor.
Just gets caught dash dancing by 4 don't.
Amazing drift on that double fair.
Catches ZB trying to waveland there. Oh, okay, I'm assuming that was unintentional. Fortunately, ZB didn't actually punish it that much.
Ooh, that's gonna kill though.
Why did I say that? Yeah. It was like, yeah, I let you live so I could kill you harder. No, has a rocket hand, which barely manages to get it out of the way. I feel like every time Zaro's gone for droplet, like, it's just kind of lost to whatever option ZB's throwing out at the moment. I feel like the down B bubbles have been serving them so much better, or down B puddle has been serving them so much better here.
Ooh, gonna die off the top there.
97?
That's it, 97 to that up air, dude.
Oh god.
Ooh, good crouch cancel on that. That crouch cancel was enough alone to keep Zaro from trying to go in super hard there.
Yeah, and I think that, like, I feel like people forget crouch canceling exists in Rivals sometimes, just because, like, it's not as crazy impactful as it is in Melee, but, like, it is relevant.
It's very relevant when it comes to dealing with projectiles.
Especially since, like, it's not as committal as, or, like, not committal, but, like, it's not as intensive as parrying, and you can also kind of just be, like, holding down as you're, like, running in. Do it instead, yeah.
Zaro it. Big kill percent right now. Gets the double backer. ZB off stage.
You said earlier ZB does like being here. Oh no, but probably not like this. But what is Zaro doing? Used up all their resources. Oh yeah, and
ZB's gonna take that 3-0.
It was looking like Zaro might be making a set of it, but in the end, like, they went a little too ham off stage, used up all their resources, and ZB got back first.
I got back just in time for the ending of that.
Alright, so we're gonna take a quick break right now and do another giveaway. We'll be right back for Grands in 5-ish minutes. So I'll leave you guys on comms right now, and then we will do that giveaway.
Yeah.
But the Cloud just has a bit more flexibility to it, combined with
Especially we
optimal
saw in the
targeting.
edge guarding, like in like the other matchups, ZB was kind of just like being the stage, able to recover by like mixing up that way. In versus Penguin, Penguin was just like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna set up Cloud here. And, like whatever angle you try to recover at, I'll just pop this Cloud, and you'll get hit by it. And so your only mix-up is timing, not space, and then that becomes like a whole deal. So
Yeah, a lot of Cloud. I mean, a lot of counterplay, I guess, to both the Rock and the Cloud. Like if you can either try to respect the situation entirely or make a read on the specific mix-up they're going for. Because like I don't think it's as simple as saying, oh, Opsa is using the Cloud, right? Like there are many different ways to use a Cloud, all of which look very similar, right? Like you can undershoot the Cloud slightly, you can overshoot the Cloud slightly, go for a high lane, go for a low lane.
like we saw
Making the read in
versus ZB in the first set. One thing that happened was like ZB was prepped to parry the Cloud, but Penguin overshot it to destroy Pillar, and then that ended up being relevant to, I believe, the kill that stock. Stuff like that.
Does Cloud does Opsa side B go through Pillar?
I'm actually not sure. It feels like something I should know, but
I'm actually not sure if anything besides Rock Shards do. But that's the main reason I asked, because they seem similar, right? They're like both like intangible things. I guess like technically it's not a hitbox until you actually release the side B, so maybe it's got like a different property to it.
I mean, I think bubbles. Do bubbles go through? No, bubbles don't go through Pillar. They get like down. Yeah.
That's a good question.
So, Durai, just let us know when you're ready and we can shoot grand finals. Okay, no problem. In the meantime, another reminder, if you haven't already, Tritons in the chat to enter the giveaway for a copy of the definitive edition of Rivals of Aether for PC. The Steam.
Type in Tritons to enter. Durai, you already own a copy of the game, don't you? Alright. The levy is broken.
What do you say, Pride?
The levy has broken. I mean, I'm gonna be real. I'm entering the giveaway because if I win, I'm just gonna do another giveaway.
Damn, the hustle.
Let's try to make.
I suppose, like, while we're waiting for
a
this,
copy
for
of the game
the.
all time.
Okay, I was about to let Pride have a chance to, you know, plug themselves. But so it's a good thing you came in on time to prevent that from happening.
Tournament called PX Rivals. It's a doubleheader event. The first being for East Coast and the second being for West Coast. It happens every Friday. You guys can check it out on twitch.tv/px_pride. And you can also follow me at twitter.com/px_pride. We have prizes every week. We got a lot of top talent. Penguin and ZB were actually the two winners yesterday. So yeah, hope you guys make it out next Friday.
Or yeah, I think that like time where like local play is kind of been stymied, having good consistent online locals that also cover a good range range of regions, super cool. So big shout out to PX to Pride for that.
I appreciate it, man.
Okay, with
I
that,
see stuff going on Twitch, but not in the Discord call. Looks like grand finals have started.
Okay. Yeah, no, we'll do like play by radio commentary. Okay, so looks like we're about a stock in. And with that, yeah, ZB just takes the first stock with that patented up smash.
Can you hold up this 120%?
Did you see the duck from ZB to avoid the down smash? What? What did you even think of that? I mean,
That's pretty wild.
I guess that's what comes from like playing someone enough to know what their like preferred options in certain scenarios are. One going all the way off.
Oh,
No! Pinballed in between the pillar and the stage and dies at like 30.
that was cheap.
Yeah, but ZB's gonna take it all the way to the bank. But oh, never mind. It's just gonna take a forward air to the face. Still has a full stock up. And Penguin's no way! And Penguin kills ZB the same way to make it an even game. Are you kidding me? That's actually insane.
Yo, Durai won the giveaway? Let's go, Durai.
Let's go! Woo!
Okay, congratulations to our very own Durai for winning the giveaway. Rigged by the way? One thing that's certainly not rigged is the grand finals. Like, after Penguin took it 3-0, it's looking like Penguin is gonna lose the first game here, unless they pull something out.
I don't know, are we sure ZB's not just throwing for content?
I mean, Penguin's not throwing for content? I mean, definitely could, I mean, we get to stream more if Penguin loses the first set.
Oh, so many techs on that rock!
But can get the follow-up here?
ZB.
No, not quite, but he does have the cloud set up. Oh, wow, and
Oh!
all the way out.
Yo,
Just
lands
down
with the
air.
dare? Actually gets him
Do
after
you have the
that frame?
resources? They pillar again? Okay,
Got
they
pillar.
can't pillar again.
Got pillar.
Perfect rock angle to get it back on stage.
Oh, that's it!
no.
Oh,
What? What? They got on a parry stun that quickly? No way.
What the fuck?
No way.
So if I
Oh, that
recall
forward
correctly,
rebellion?
aerials have less parry stun than other moves, but that's still
Okay,
crazy.
an opposite forward smash is the worst move in the game, so it will not kill it even 150. But no, not like that.
Reverse 3-stock by Penguin, holy shit.
You know what? I take it back. Penguin is gonna make it close, but isn't gonna throw for content. Gonna go for another 3-0 here, so, and winning that game 1. And I don't know, it looked kind of similar to that set 1, where like ZB would take a convincing early lead. Penguin just like, I don't know, Penguin just survives in these later stocks. Actual plot armor out here.
It does feel like ZB tries to force the issue a bit more once the game gets close again. And it seems like
That's
Penguin's
fair.
ready for that. Like
Yeah,
we saw at
like-
the end of the game, ZB kept trying to commit in close quarters, and Penguin was all over him for doing that.
It's weird that I think that like the ways that I think ZB commits in those situations is like they throw out fair, or they try to throw out aerials, or like stuff like yeah, I think it's mostly fair, and then they get punished for it, and then they're in the air. But like they just do like run up smash like in those earlier stocks. It just seems to work, and I feel like they don't do that in those last hit situations. I don't know if that's just me.
It's a lot
Yeah.
scarier too, I guess. I don't know if it's a purely psychological thing, but
Yeah, we'll see how the player mindset evolves as we get into this game too. I'm surprised neither of those jabs hit, because whiffed one jab, read the roll, and then moved accordingly to try and jab again. So far, kind of has ZB's number.
Waiting a
Oh,
bit.
great crowd cancel from ZB to get the parry, but doesn't manage to get much off of it.
yo, he's just Naren. He's doing the windows. Oh my! Oh, he gets thundered back to stage.
Thank
Penguin
you
not
for
following
helping
up
me
correctly,
recover,
but gonna
kind
get-
sir. And it's like, no, okay. Yeah, the classic up tilt into up air. And now Penguin's just chilling with these clouds off the edge here. I think back to feeling themselves right there. But
Yeah.
he does get the nair. Crazy how nair is just such a huge aerial, but also just potentially converts into a kill at like 70. No!
No! That was like how Penguin lost his second stock last game.
What's going on? Like, It's the
Does that
cursed
leave it
like
for a restock?
the cursed pinball alley to the right side of the stage. Oh, barely gets that jab out before Crag gets to throw the rock, but ZP does eventually manage to. And oh, tries for the run up smash, but Penguin's wise to it. Oh, and barely gets the forward tilt. These rock pulls are not doing ZB any favors.
Oh my
And no, why
god.
do you try? Oh, they tried to do the run. They love up smash so much they tried to do the run up smash.
Oh, getting the up air there? Okay.
Did I use? Did I say she? My bad. Okay. Oh, okay. I know. I usually just use just my default is they. So I'm just like the heat of the moment saying something. I usually probably just go for they. God. Yeah, and like Penguin. Yeah, Penguin's just been chilling on the side, throwing out and like ZV just hasn't seemed to have found an answer for it yet.
Okay.
Oh, but okay, that's certainly an answer. Just runs off, throws rock up, and then uses the pounce to get an up smash. His big brain, 300 IQ Crag plays, and this time the up smash does connect. Smash is a combo tool, and just to air dodge out of the down B range, but makes himself vulnerable while doing so. You know what? Okay, you may have been right about this reverse 3-0. ZB's looking like he could make it happen. Like, jeez.
Oh, he's committing a bit there. Oh, finds the nair. Oh my god, up there! Oh, jumps out!
Oh, and Penguin's off stage again. He wants
Yo.
this nair so badly.
There's a bust of.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it was the reverse 3 stock. What the heck?
What's going on? This is. I'm telling. It's the curse of the right side alley, dude. Whoever dies there gets the reverse 3-0.
Is it a curse or is it collusion?
Hey, yeah, see, just like that. That's the signal. Hey, I'm gonna fall over here, and then when I do, that's the signal for me to start the reverse 3-0. So we're going to Jules Veil. This is the starter stage for most of our other sets, so it's interesting to see it mid-set here. Oh, immediate forward tilt to destroy that rock. And this time, I think, surprised like we didn't see more people do that earlier, just to get under ZB while they're doing the down B on the platform.
Yeah, that was
up tilt some more.
The one scary thing about getting right under ZB there is that you're right in nair range, and nair is a definitely get hit by.
That's fair.
So, you want to
Barely air dodges out of nair range.
I mean, I think that's sort of ZB's goal with a lot of his like platform shenanigans. He's trying to make him choose positions that are good for punishing his commitments, but sort of lose to his opportunities. Oh my god!
What a conversion! He gets the jab down tilt to the up smash. Man, how did that forward tilt miss? Did you see that?
Yeah, I'm
so
so surprised by that. Oh, finds the up air.
Yeah,
Okay.
finds a kill anyways. Who needs code confirms when you've got that raw up air? Both of them just kind of scrapping right here with their stage control tool of choice.
You know, ZB going for like these like full-length aerial approaches, that just seems like a little bit committal, a little bit reactable.
Oh, the reversing there, almost killed right there, and has the cloud set up. I feel like every time ZB tries to do an arrow approach, which have just like grounded up smash, which I feel like covers, is laggier, but I feel like it covers about the same space. They just kind of get punished for it pretty hard.
Oh,
But that time tries to. I feel like, yeah, Penguin's just been getting wise to these run-up smashes on the side and isn't letting them fly.
so if Alpha had hit that sweep there, this would be a really different game right now.
Ooh, gets caught cloud popping. Shard's not going to catch there. I think that might have killed. Penguin managed to get back on stage. Reverses the situation. And CBU's off stage. He's still going to be in the super armor to the side B, so isn't forced into a tech situation with that back air. ZB has to retreat a little bit and lets Penguin get back on stage, but not before fairing them to take out that second stock.
Oh, big hit ball near string. Penguin up in the air. Oh, where are you going? You missed the stage. Oh, but he's back. He's naring again. He doesn't care.
77%. This is for another 50%, folks. Barely air dodges through that charged forward air.
Oh my god.
God.
He got 200% at the end of that game.
And Penguin was looking pretty solid. I feel like whoever's looking solid at the start of the game is the one who's going to lose by the end of it. That's what we've been seeing, and I think it might also just come down to like the start of the game they get like comfortable, like they're winning and they get comfortably into a pattern in neutral, and their opponent kind of adapts, and it kind of just like loops like that. Let's see.
Dry getting threatened in Twitch chat right now.
As he should be. Don't know the context, but you know, don't need
How do you feel about Treetop here?
Trying to went well for ZB last time, but also I feel like Penguin was winning most of the time, and it was kind of not a fluke because ZB worked for that comeback, but I think that like on average, like Penguin's game plan was working most of the time, and it was kind of in like an effective way. So I think it makes sense for Penguin to return here.
Oh, I guess it's not DSR because ZB won. Okay.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
I think Durai's trying to save his copy of the game. Okay, there we go. Okay, they're immediately scrapping. Oh, hits the down B. Getting in there. What are we going to get off of this?
I feel like every time Penguin gets into close proximity of ZB, that Nair just comes out as like such a potent tool. It really feels like a matchup of whoever approaches first loses. Ooh, up air barely not killing there. Penguin, oh wow, what's the down B? I'm surprised that actually hit. But yeah, Penguin's just kind of clouding on the side here. Being down in percent, I feel like they need to maybe press the initiative a little bit more. That's what I was just saying. Whoever approaches first has been losing.
Yeah, well, these characters were really strong anti-approach tools, but it's also a very small stage. They don't have that much room to work with to keep running away or to set up position.
And I feel like, okay, I feel like the reason that ZB can like just keep smashing and getting away with it, haven't really been like Penguin hasn't really been punishing them for it either. Like like Penguin might not be getting hit. If ZB's not getting hit back for it, then
no harm, no
speaking
foul.
Of getting hit, I think doesn't manage to tech it, but that was terrifying right there.
ZB recovering here. He's got a solid 50% on him. It's already a fair amount of extra credit. Oh, and Penguin making it back. Oh, this is so scary. Oh, finds
yeah,
a fair on the zip zoot.
Connected in between, I think, the first and the second part. Penguin immediately puts ZB back off stage, though. Oh, ZB reversing the situation. The problem is, like, Penguin likes being like off stage at that height. They just get to throw out the cloud again.
Oh, Penguin just stuffing him out with these clouds over and over again.
It's parried.
Oh, great parry. Parrying between the forward tilt and the up air. Tight timing.
Oh, and then they're going so low we can't even see them. They're fighting in the blast zone.
Oh, they're going back down there again. Oh, finds an up air.
Instead of going to the bottom blast zone, takes ZB all the way to the top. Now Penguin with a good full stock lead. Oh, but eats a down B to the face. I feel like I was about to say, I feel like as long as they don't get into Nair range, Penguin's been doing pretty hot. But as soon as they get into the Nair range, those kill confirms start coming out.
Yeah, up close, I imagine Kragus has the better moves, even if, you know, those lightning kicks are pretty scary. It's interesting. You give Krag enough space, he pulls rocks. You give Krag too little space, he's gonna nair you in close quarters. But there's a sweet spot mid-range where just like Upsa has cloud mix-up, has forward tilt, has movement options.
Yeah, Crag just not having that great movement in the middle range.
Oh,
to
off the
punish.
top!
Oh,
Oh, not
oh,
quite.
barely. Crag is a thick boy, but yeah,
Okay.
can't survive that up air. We're making
Denying
a
the
set of
reset.
it.
We're going to game 5.
Yep.
There's a huge game for both players.
Now the question comes up now: is Penguin going to throw for content, or see a clean 3-2 finish? I mean, let's go straight into it. Oh, and it's Air Armada.
Okay. ZB's stage of choice.
If their previous record on the stage is anything to go by, then this might be a problem.
Oh, good parry on that rock. You know, ZB's trying too hard to get to that top platform right now. Oh, he goes right back up there. He's just gonna go there every single time.
Right now, it's
Okay.
just air dot. Like, I mean, what can you do? Like, it's weird. Weird how oppressive Absa is feeling here with the pressure. Like, oh my god, just these fairs! These fairs! Absa feeling like an entirely different character right now.
I mean, honestly, it feels like ZB's just playing the neutral tier kind of linearly, and Penguin knows exactly what to expect.
How did that? Okay, how did that not kill?
Oh!
Okay,
Oh!
that's gonna purple, but has the pillar. Oh, that was a good angle to avoid a potential aerial follow-up from ZB. Oh, tries to get the up air, but gets beat out by ZB's nair there. ZB just rolling through the cloud.
Okay, Penguin just making himself so hard to catch on these platforms.
I mean, okay, if our previous games have been any indication, ZB's gonna win this in a reverse 3-0, and we're gonna go to a set 2.
True. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call this ZB favorite right now, actually.
Ooh.
Oh,
no.
big damage,
not,
big
not,
damage.
Not if he stays in that airspace.
Oh.
Did you see the full? Oh, great tech! But ZB still managed to follow up with an air.
Into the up air? Oh, into a fair. Okay.
Fair. They're killing off the top. I mean, like, Ubza surviving to 193. Like, Ubza, one of the lightest characters in the game. Yeah, you know something's going wrong when that's happening.
Oh,
ZB's like, you know what?
Restock in play.
You can survive till
happening.
survive till 193 on your first stock. Doesn't matter if I kill you with 70 on the others. It's the nairs. It's the nair train.
Boom. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's 76. What is going on?
Oh, gets hit by the thunder line.
Someone give me the script. I want the script, damn it.
Penguin overextending a little. Doesn't get punished. Oh, the nairs have begun. Oh, and that's the tournament. Penguin finding the up air. Congratulations to Penguin for winning TGEX 2021.
Ooh, what a run. And winning it all the way from winner's side, not dropping a single set. With that, wins a 27-inch Aorus monitor. So, yep, hit up me or Snapdragon Fruit, and we can organize shipping of the monitor. So, for our second and third place winners, ZB and Zaro, you can also contact us for payment from the prize pool.
Penguin, that's what I said. CB, I know you like that platform, dude. Can't jump there every single time.
You're gonna deny a man his home. At least he died doing what he loved. No.
What do you mean you have no move that beats your fair? You have wave dash back to beat fair. What do you mean? You can't outspace Ubsa fair from the ground. Is this true? This sounds like fake news. But you're the better player by a lot, so I'll defer to you.
So while that discussion's going on in chat, we do actually have one last giveaway. And so this is going to be for another Genesis skin. And it's going to a random entrant of this event. So I'm going to pull up the random number generator now. Knowing my luck, are there any other SoCal Rivals members in here? No, there aren't any other SoCal Rivals like team members in here. But knowing my luck, it's going to go to like another. Wait, Anti's in here. Knowing my luck, because so far, Blair has won one of the skins. Durai has won the game. At this point, if Anti wins the other skin, this is gonna look like full on like SoCal Rivals corruption going on.
The most corrupt establishment in California.
Southern California, thank you very much.
Ah, sorry.
Have an expand once we expand our business to NorCal. Okay. One sec while I pull up. I'm gonna do like a random number generator by like turns, and I'm just gonna do like the number as the seed because that's just an easy way to do it. Go. And and rolling. Wow. The winner is It's a Cat. So It's a Cat, congratulations. You win a Genesis, Fours, Clarin, or Sylve skin. Again, hit up me or Snapdragon, and we'll be able to get you set up with that. Also, it was literally It's a Cat was seed 13, Anti was seed 14. So close to disaster. Okay. So.
Congratulations on not being corrupt.
Thank you. We do our best. Completely ethical, by the way. Before we sign off tonight, I think I want to do like a set of acknowledgements. So, first of all, thanks so much for joining me on commentary today, Pride. This was super dope. This is a really fun block.
Yeah, big thanks to you and Durai for having me on. Really appreciate it.
And thanks so much to Durai coming to help us stream pretty last minute, helping us with graphics as well. Super appreciated, and I also appreciate all the work that you and the rest of the SoCal Rivals team do to help Tritons of Aether on a weekly basis. Speaking of which, thanks to the other officer for Tritons of Aether, Snapdragon Fruit, helped create all the graphics and did lots of the pre-planning for this event, so that was super cool. Thanks to Triton Gaming and our sponsors, mainly ours because they're the one who gave us the monitor, but other ones are fine too, I guess. And finally, thanks to everyone who entered the tournament and is watching the stream. This was a super cool event. I never imagined that when we started this, we would have an event of this scale or with this caliber of player. So it's really cool to see. Hopefully it's only onwards and upwards from here. You guys have anything else you want to say before we sign off?
This was. Thanks for running this tournament, man.
Dope. And also, I should probably plug all the Tritons of Aether stuff before we sign off. So yeah, follow us, YouTube, Twitter, at Tritons of Aether. Also, join our Discord, bit.ly/Tritons of Aether. We host, in a cooperation with California Rivals, a weekly called Turn the Tide. To all California peeps, if you're interested. Turn the Tide is tomorrow. That will also be streamed, and I don't know if we have any cool prizes for it, but it's also just a dope tournament in general. So if you're a California resident or a UCSD student, only pick up the game and enter. It's a lot of fun. With that, I think we can sign off. Thanks everyone for watching.
Do you want to rate?